season in the newly rechristened Allan Trimble Stadium here in Jenks. Smile, everybody. High school football is finally here. It was a long wait, but we get it tonight. Trimble and the Jenks Trojans taking on the Owasso Rams in Jenks, America. It's game time, everybody. Welcome to Game Time on YurView. It's the Ford Game of the Week, a Class 6A1 showdown. The Owasso Rams on the road at the Jenks Trojans. I'm Fox 33 Sports Director Nathan Thompson. I'll have your play-by-play call. He's Rod Thompson. He's our color analyst. And Rod, the wait's over. Football is here.
Yeah, it should be an outstanding matchup, what they call week 0. So teams getting a week early to get out and compete. What a way to start the season. Two good teams, outstanding coaches, of course we know. But what a matchup in week 1, a week 0 here on TV.
Now let's take a look at our two Mazios MVPs. We start with Owasso and Josh Proctor.
Well, what can you say about Josh Proctor, Ohio State commit? Everybody in the country wanted this young man. Outstanding athlete. He has an impact on both sides of the ball for the Owasso Rams. He's a big play threat guy. He is a leader for this Owasso offense and Coach Bill Blankenship.
And on the other sideline, it's the Jenks junior quarterback, Ian Corwin.
And you said it, junior. Started last year as a sophomore, brings a lot of experience to this team. It's going to be key for that offensive line to do a good job up front to protect him. He's capable of passing the ball very efficiently, but also can run the ball.
At the end of tonight's game, we will select the Mazios MVP based on their performance. The Mazios MVP is brought to you by Mazios. Just text MVP to 664444. That's 664444 and receive a coupon worth $5 off of a one-topping pizza. Game Time on YurView. It's a brand new name, but it's the same coverage we've always given you right here on Cox Channel 1333.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
I'll jump out and guide you back.
Easy, son. This is gonna blow your mind.
Whoa, awesome. That is really cool.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. It's our best offer of the year on F-150. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Now get the built Ford Tough F-150 with 0 for 72 plus $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
The Ford High School Game of the Week on YurView is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. MidFirst Bank, true to your money. The Oklahoma Farm Bureau, the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better. And by Weoki Credit Union. Check out some of the best players in the country all fall long, only on YurView.
Thanks for watching Game Time on Your. Got to give you some keys to the game. I'm going to leave that to you, Rod.
The keys to the game, there's a couple that really stand out. First of all, you talk about coaching rivalry. These two coaches, very good. We know the experience, the state championships. That is a key matchup. 2, week 0. Not an extra week to practice and prepare. Both coaches talked about this, Nathan, how important it was going to be, and if their young teams could really adjust to playing a week early and developing a rivalry. Of course, Owasso trying to get up there where the Jenks, the Unions are, and look for this rivalry. One guy that can make that happen is Bill Blankenship. He's on the sideline for Owasso, so it should be an outstanding matchup.
He's definitely used to a rivalry with Coach Allan Trimble when Blankenship was at Union. All right, kickoff is almost here, right here on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. It's game time next for the Ford Game of the Week.
Improving the lives of Oklahomans is the proud heritage of Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Today, whether you live on the farm, small town, or big city, Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance is here to protect you when life happens, when you need us most. Everyone claims to be local. Only Oklahoma Farm Bureau has locations in every county across our state. Contact an agent today. We're ready to help save you money and give you real peace of mind. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Tune in to Game Time Friday, August 25th at 7:30 p.m. for the Ford Game of the Week, Owasso versus Jenks.
Dealer.
Welcome back to the Ford Game of the Week here on YurView. We're at Allan Trimble Stadium in Jenks. I'm Nathan Thompson, out the play-by-play for you. Rod Thompson, the color commentator. Rod, they just named this stadium, renamed it Allan Trimble Stadium last week. A great honor for them. And we see Bill Blankenship, his first game as Owasso's head coach.
Man, good to see him patrolling the sideline once again. He's in red, just a little bit north at Owasso.
Owasso kicking the ball off, so Jenks will start the season with the football. This Trojan offense was amazing last season. I believe that 7 straight games scoring at least 50 points. A lot of the players back from that, including the quarterback Ian Corwin, but they did lose pretty much all the receivers.
Yeah, all the receivers, you know, they're trying to find some experience at that running back position, and this will be key, especially in this early week against a very seasoned Owasso team under the leadership of Blankenship. So it'll be interesting to see how these young players adjust. Hey, Jenks been in this situation before, and they've responded.
Kickoff fielded by DJ Wagner, straight up the middle. We're gonna get it right around the 20-yard line. So you get to see what this Trojan offense does from the get-go here as we take a look at the mid-first bank. Starting lineup, true to your money. Brady Latham, Carter Brestovansky, Hunter Hoyt, Hunter Spankowski, Max Johnson, Brett Nelson, DJ Wagner, who we just saw, Brayton Phipps, Blake Pincock, Tyler Wallace, and Ian Corwin at quarterback, who was a sophomore last year, as we talked about. Not only was he a sophomore, but he had never taken a varsity snap, and he started off great in the season opener last year.
Yeah, did a tremendous job, and he's a guy who can run out of that backfield from that quarterback position. See if they can establish that running game.
Corwin, though, goes down in the first play. He is sacked. And that Owasso defense had all kinds of penetration there. Multiple players back there. Darius Palmer celebrating after the sack.
Yeah, and Darius Palmer, 5'11", 205. Watch him just burst through on that outside and come in and make a play. And boy, this Owasso team, probably one of the most athletic Owasso teams that you've seen in a long time. A lot of experience, a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball, and Palmer showing you why. You take a look at Corwin's number right there, 299, you know, almost 3,000 yards passing, 38 touchdowns. We said earlier the offensive line for Jenks was going to be important in this matchup.
So second and long, Corwin drops it off to Wagner. Wagner hit immediately by a host of Rams. This Owasso defense so far looking very good. Bobby Klink, the defensive coordinator for the Rams. Take a look at the mid-first bank starting lineup for the Owasso Rams. Portray Alexander, Hilton Mosby, Tyler Moody, Darius Palmer, Wayne Jones, Carson Croft, Kellen Jones, Deuce Mayberry, Hayden Spriggs, Josh Proctor, we talked about him, and Dawson Adams. That's the mid-first bank starting lineup, true to your money. Corwin has a long way to go to get a first down here on the first drive of the season for the Jenks Trojans. 5 wide receivers, nobody in the backfield along with Corwin. Looking over the middle, again to Wagner, complete, but well short, dropped the ball. Official says.
He says down. I think that's a good call.
He is down, but well short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's a good play right there. If you jinx Wagner, is one of those receivers. You take another look right here at Corbin, plenty of time. Look at Wagner. Strong, big target. You know, this is his first year starting, but something to think about. He's going to be a target. He's going to be a guy that's going to be able to go and play at the next level when you talk about college. Other guys who didn't play until they were seniors, you talk about a guy that's in Kentucky right now and a guy that's at Iowa State. When you talk about the Epps brothers, similar situations, a lot of talent. Look for Wagner to fit right into that mold.
Sam Thompson back to return the punt for the Rams. Short. He fields right at the 45 and breaks through the first couple of tacklers. Trying to take it all the way, but brought down inside the 25-yard line. Great start to this game by Owasso.
Yeah, that's a nice play right there by that young man. Getting it done, getting Sam Thompson, and he's been good a long time. Remember calling Little League football with this young man. He's in high school now, getting it done. Outstanding speed, getting to the outside. We talked about special teams. The defense of Owasso set the tone right there, and now Owasso, the Rams, in great field position.
I'll tell you what, he has a spectacular last name.
Yes, he does. I would
Nathan
agree
Thompson,
with you.
Rod Thompson up here in the booth. Sam Thompson on the field. Ball at the 23-yard line for the Rams.
Thompson times 3 right there. I knew that boy could play.
5'10" junior, 180 pounds. Will Keeney. Fumble, picked up though. Josh Proctor. He's down for a loss.
He may have fumbled that again. He stayed with it.
Starting lineups brought to you by MidFirst Bank. True to your money. Russell Baker, Jonathan Gomez, Max Murdoch, Anthony Wright, Jason Bell, Mario Kirby, Devin Tyler, Tyrese Hassan, Dylan Chin, Bryce Cabrera, and Will Keeney, the quarterback last season. Owasso 3-7. Their worst season since the 80s. I believe 1988 was the last time they had 3 wins. Keeney in the shotgun. Hands it off. Not a whole lot of running room. Bryce Cabrera with the carry.
You know, you look at this offensive side of the ball for Owasso. You take a look at Will Keeney. Probably could play a little golf, I'm sure. But you talk about this offensive line of Owasso. Coach Blankenship said it's really going to be key to see how they respond tonight in this matchup.
Keeney looking to his left, single receiver, complete, and that is a touchdown. Rams have an early lead. Tyrese Hassan gets the TD.
That's a nice play right there by the senior. You can just feel the energy when you talk about this team. Take another look, plenty of time, protection. Defensive back falls down and couldn't recover that time. Boy, the Rams on the board first.
Owasso's come out, dominated on defense when Jenks had the ball first. Got the good punt return by Sam Thompson and then puts it in the end zone. Great start to the Bill Blankenship era for Owasso.
Well, and you talk about this team, and we talk about defensively, and you just look at some of the guys they have defensively. I mean, some big-time guys. I mean, one of the guys that made a key tackle right there, you talk about Wayne Jones. He's headed to Kansas State. Of course, you talk about Proctor, you know, Ohio State. You know, and you look at Cortrey Alexander. I mean, he's on that defense also, going to be a Division I guy. Starting a sophomore, Deuce Mayberry. Transfer in from Booker T. Washington, and I mean, and he's an outstanding player also. So, and I know I'm missing a few. So this team, as we said, probably when you look at Owasso, athletic-wise, skill guys, you know, guys that can go make plays in space, you're probably looking at one of the best Owasso teams that we've seen in a long time, and we've been doing it for a while, and we've seen that, but definitely setting the tone early in this matchup against Jenks.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start, and so important for a team coming off that disappointing year where they only had 3 wins to get this confidence early against a Trojan team that for the first time in any of these Trojan players' careers, they're not the defending state champion.
Yeah.
They did go undefeated in the regular season before losing in the semifinals. Second kickoff of the game. Again, it's Wagner on the return. Straight up the middle. Gets to about the same spot he was last time, just out past the 20-yard line. Trojans get a second try here on offense. First try didn't go too well for him.
Got a player down. That tackle that time was Kewan Hay. He's a linebacker, 6 foot 200. Another key guy for this Owasso Rams team. Take a look at Coach Blankenship.
Obviously in pain on the turf. Hopefully he is okay. Looking at his arm, it looks like. Ian Corwin, we talked about him before kickoff. Take a look at this scoring drive. 25-yard TD reception, 3 plays, 23 yards, only took a minute 18, but of course they started with that great field position.
Yeah, and all because of that defense, and one of the guys, Darius Palmer, he was one of the main guys that came up with a big play. Now let's see how this Jenks offense can kind of settle in. When you have young teams, first game, you got to settle in a little bit. Know they have that experience at that quarterback position. Everybody else kind of trying to feel their way. And that was kind of consensus when you talk about the preseason scrimmages and games. A young team trying to find their way right now.
Trojans running the ball this time. It's a little better than that passing game.
And there you see
Wilcox.
Josh Proctor coming over. Nice run right there by Wilcox. Strong back. And a couple of guys miss. Talking to Coach Trimble before the change, before the game, he talked about how important tempo is and moving the change, getting comfortable and making sure you're eating up those first downs any way you can get them. Nice run right there by Wilcox.
Corwin in the shotgun. Direct snap to Wilcox. That's Will, first name, Cox, second name.
Yeah. Take another look. Misdirection here, and Jimmy's made a couple miss. Keelan Jones, cousin of Wayne Jones, coming up and making that play.
So big third down for the Trojans. Started this season opener, hasn't gone too well for Jenks so far. Owasso up 7-0 here in the first quarter. Jenks trying to get its first down of the ball game on its second drive. Corwin over the middle, completion, first down.
Yeah, nice play that time.
Brett Nelson with the catch.
Brett Nelson, big target for Corwin. Good patience back there and moving the chains. And if you Jenks, that's what you want right now. Take another look. Plenty of time coming across, making the play.
Ball now at the 39-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the left side for Jenks, nobody on the right. Corwin hands it off. Another
good
run.
Block.
Another nice pickoff by Cox.
Got a good block, and there you see Deuce Mayberry coming up, making a play. We talked about him, the sophomore. And you talk about a lot of guys, a lot of experience. His brother, of course, defensive back at the University of Kansas, had a great career at Booker T. Washington, now playing well in the Big 12 for Kansas. Kyle Mayberry, so Deuce a little bit taller, longer. He'll tell you in a minute he's better than his brother, so we'll see.
Cox goes out, solo receiver on the left. Corwin looking his way. Actually to Nelson, another first down. So things looking better for the Trojans here in the fourth game of the week. Down 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Take another look and watch Nelson. Again, big target, quick hitters.
The Trojans in Ram territory for the first time. Ball at the 45-yard line. Trojans going to the ground again. Cox doing pretty well here on this drive, getting positive yardage on all these carries.
Take another look. There's Keelan Jones. We talked about him at that linebacker position. Coming up and making a play. Great size, 6 foot, 195 pounds.
Corwin back to pass again, feeling the pressure, scramble, goes deep, has a man open. Wagner makes the catch, put it down at the 6-yard line.
And what a play by D'Angelo Wagner right there, scoring plenty of time. And Wagner showing you athletic ability going up and making the play. Boy, that's a big play. Take another look, plenty of time. Look at, man, a way to get away from the defender. Watch Wagner. Times it, goes up, makes the catch, and comes down and makes the play. And that's what we talked about Wagner. We talked about him in the open. He was patient, worked hard, getting his time now to start. We said earlier, when you talk about the Epps brothers, one at Iowa State, another one at Kentucky right now, was a lot like Wagner. Didn't play much.
Timeout on the field.
Their senior year, got a chance to be able to get out and play, and he's waited his turn and worked hard, and you see Wagner getting it done. He's going to be that key receiver for this Jenks Trojan team.
Owasso up 6-0 over Jenks here in the fourth game of the week on YurView. It's Cox Channel 1333. You can also watch this game live streaming on coxhshub.com. Trojans with the timeout. Possibility to take the lead here after Owasso did not get the extra point. Much momentum as you have from that great start. You hate to miss that extra point. Hey, this happened last week, Thursday night. The countdown to reveal the new name of this stadium. That's right, it says Allan Trimble Stadium right above where we're sitting here in the press box. It's also in the turf and on the back of the Jumbotron. A great honor for a man who's meant so much. 13 state titles here at Jenks. Amazing career. Run straight up the middle. Trojans get the touchdown.
And how about that? Howard Game getting settled in.
Jacob Shelley. He's a big man.
Boy, he is a big man. Take another look. Just right at you. Oh, great block right there. Nice play for 90 on that block. Dylan O'Keefe. The Trojans settled in and strike back.
The Trojans don't have 13 state titles in Trimber's era for no reason. Bounce back strong there to take the 7-6 lead. You're watching Game Time on YurView. We'll be right back.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-807-1027. 1-800-807-1027.
Mazios.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. It's the first Friday night under the lights of the 2017 high school football season. We were talking so much about what a great start it was for the Rams, that defensive stop and that touchdown. And in the blink of an eye, Rod, Jenks is now on top 7-6.
And on top, and you have experience at that quarterback position. That's one thing you talked about, Corey. He's been able to do ever since we've been watching him play. Great poise in the pocket. The offensive line does a tremendous job blocking up front. You put some plays together. DJ Wagner comes up with a big play, and Shelley punches it in. Just as we expected, we got ourselves a ball game.
And no surprise there, Josh Proctor back to return this kickoff. He is just electric with the ball in his hands at the scrimmage last week. He stiff-armed a guy so well that it made the SportsCenter top 10.
Yeah, exactly right. And he isn't a very electric offensive player.
They're not kicking it to him.
No, they're going to keep it away from him.
But a little bit of running room here. It's a high kick, but that's all right. Sam Thompson having himself a game. Tries to hurdle the tackler, but gets it into the Trojan territory. Another great starting field position for the Rams. This time it looks like about the 37-yard line.
And don't sleep on a guy with a last name Thompson.
Never do
Thompson. Take another look. Thompson, outstanding player. Watch him bounce outside. Good speed. Good job, good patience. Just out running, gonna get up and try to hurdle one. Sam Thompson getting it done.
7-6 Trojans on top of the Rams here in the fourth game of the week on YurView. Ball at the 37-yard line. Keeney up under center. Hands it off. Fumble! Ball on the turf, but Keeney dives on it. Keeps the ball for the Rams. Heads up play by the quarterback.
Take another look. Defensively is going to come up and work on this in drills. Get that hand on that ball right there. Good job of attacking the ball. 23 right there. Trayvon Miller.
That was Bryce Cabrera with the carry and the fumble. Second 17 now for the Rams. Cabrera. Again, they almost had a little problem handling the football.
Yeah, a little read right there. And either one to let go.
That puts the ball all the way back at the 47. That's going to bring up third down and 20.
This is where you probably see a packet. Proctor involved in some kind of way. Watch Thompson. Trips out to the right.
If you get 10 or so yards, and then you start to be in that position of the field where maybe you go for it on fourth, even if it's a little longer.
Exactly right.
Keeney in the shotgun. Just took too much time there. Had to call a timeout.
Charge to Owasso.
So each team now has used a timeout early on in this one here in the first quarter. 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Jenks on top, 7-6. Rams start off so well here in Bill Blankenship's first season, first game coaching a high school team since 2005. Of course, the last time he coached a high school team, Union won the state title.
Yeah, and then just goes to Arkansas and wins one when he's over there and comes back. But, you know, I was asking him before the game, you know, we always talk about the dominance of Jenks and Union, and you know, I asked him, could he bring some things being on the other side? You know, when he was at Union, he had never lost a game to Owasso, and I asked him, you know, what advantage he think he has now coaching at Owasso and being on the other side. Of course, he wouldn't tell me, wouldn't want me to tell on air, but definitely has some advantages that he think he can bring this Owasso team and community to get them there where they all are hungry to be.
With Cox Home Life, you can know and control what's going on at home even while you're away. Use cameras to check in on your pet when you've got a late night at the office. Program lights to come on as you unlock your door for a bright homecoming. Even conserve energy by setting your thermostat on a schedule. When you personalize your experience with Cox Home Life, your home works for you. Go to cox.com/homelife or visit your local Cox Solutions stores to find out about free starter equipment, including free HD camera. Cabrera runs it to the 40-yard line. You know, I've got this in my house. I can pull up my 3 cameras on my phone. I can set the alarm on my phone, so it's pretty great to have.
Oh, pretty high tech there.
I'm not messing around, Rob.
I see. Does it bring you something to eat?
No.
Okay.
I need a robot, right?
Well, I don't need that, as you can tell. I don't need that right now.
I need someone to keep me from eating. 4:37 on the clock, fourth down. Rams lined up to punt this one away. Preston Hendricks, high, fair catch called. Ball caught right around the 15-yard line. Jenks on top, 7-6. Getting the ball here in the first quarter, the fourth game of the week on YurView. How's it feel to have football back in your life,
Oh,
Rod?
my goodness. It's so good to come out. Just the atmosphere. And, you know, just Friday nights are here again, and all the people out to watch these young men play and these young women cheer and the band. And just an awesome atmosphere Friday nights here in Oklahoma. Outstanding football.
I'll tell you, we were up in the press box looking out the side. There was a line about 7:24, I think it was, with the 7:30 kickoff. That was down the street to get in to watch this one. Great crowd here. Will Cox with the run.
Yeah, and you expect that great crowd. A lot of coaches here scouting, especially if you're in Class 6A, you know, scouting because a lot of teams didn't play this week. Of course, big game tomorrow when you talk about Broken Arrow. Union saw a lot of those players and coaches here watching.
Yeah, as you mentioned before kickoff, this is week 0. About half the teams play in week 0. It gives them a chance to have a bye later in the season. Most of them take that bye right before district play. So not quite a full schedule here. And then you add to that Union and Broken Arrow tomorrow. They moved it to 11 a.m. tomorrow because that game's on national TV. It's on ESPN.
Exactly.
Kind of tells you about how big a deal high school football in the state of Oklahoma is when you have ESPN coming to down to show games.
A lot of outstanding players in high school right now in Oklahoma.
So the Ford game of the week, a good one so far here. Another direct snap. Pick up a few yards.
Nice play. Mayberry and Proctor.
Jacob Shelley with the run. He's the one that had the 7-yard touchdown run a moment ago.
He's a big guy.
First down and 10.
Good block.
Shelley again.
Boy, Shelley is becoming the workhorse for this team, and what a way to control tempo. Keep the clock running, and the offensive line of the Trojans right now getting a good push. They're really favoring that right side, Nathan.
If you look at it right now, Josh Proctor is on the left side, so it's not bad to run to the right side.
Also, Wayne Jones is over there also.
Corwin nowhere to go, so he takes off, and he can run. You talked about it before kickoff in his Mazios MVP when we talked about him, and he's got the feet to go along with the arm.
And that's what he can do. So efficient back there. Look, he checks down, not open, knows the right time to run, very elusive, and can make plays and move the chain. Didn't stay in the pocket too long, waiting. Great coverage downfield by Owasso, but he makes you pay so hard to prepare for a quarterback who can really run the football and pass.
Ball now at the 42-yard line of the Trojans. Corwin gets the completion. Braden Phipps is another one of those receivers who's going to have to step up. I believe the top 6 receivers from last season now gone.
All new receivers out there. As we said, they've done it before. Wagner would be the leader of that group.
Corwin looking to his left, throws it high, going for Wagner.
And he lost that one. Kind of got away from him. Wagner, you have to play him honest. Just overthrown. You talk about matchups, you talk about Wagner, you talk about Jones, who may match up. Their fathers, of course, here watching their sons play. Those two guys kind of grew up together, same church, known each other for a long time. Really fun to see them out here competing at such a high level.
So Wagner and Phipps lined up on the left side of the field. 2 receivers on the right side as well. Now that Cox went in motion to line up on the line. Went to Cox. Might have been able to get the first down there if he could have held onto the ball, trying to get it before he caught it.
And Bruce Mayberry was right there waiting on him, but kind of looked up and took off running before he had it.
So the Trojans lined up to punt this one away. Thompson back to return this one. Had a nice game so far. That rugby style punt. Big bounce. Trying to stop it from going in the end zone. Not quite. Going to be a touchback. Good effort by the Trojans. Just bounced a little too quick there. Starting lineup for the Jenks defense. Mid-First Bank starting lineup. True to your money. Stephen Krager, Trevion Sire, Trayvon Miller, Dylan O'Keefe, Matt Ackerley, Mitchell Colkin, Matthew Minix, Stephen Krager, Leandre Woods, Landis Morris, and Caleb Peters. Rams down 7-6, scored the first touchdown of this ball game, did not get the extra point. Keeney rolling to his right, facing some pressure, throws it incomplete.
The Jenks defense is kind of settled in. Pressure on Keeney.
And how about the weather out here for the first night? I felt a couple of drops before the kickoff, but the rain seems to be gone. About 81 degrees out there. Last check. It's great in August, going deep, all kinds of contact there. They're going to call pass interference. That was interesting. It looked like
definitely
Cabrera
a good call.
kind of slowed down and got ran into.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but looked like the pass was going to be overthrown.
You have the call right now.
Pass interference against the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Randy Jeffers with the call. First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line for the Rams. Keeney looking deep. Has a man. Proctor can't make the catch. Field onto that. That's definitely a touchdown. Got both hands on it, looked like. Couldn't bring it in.
He will be disappointed with that one. Someone like Proctor, you just play.
That's my question.
Yeah, just throw it. I'd say he had it right here and I'm watching. Just grab it back and throw a good pass by Keeney. Reaches out. Just couldn't come away with it.
Close. So close to a touchdown for the Rams. But now they're back at the 35-yard line, second down. Keeney showing his scrambling ability, gets the completion. First down, Rams. Dylan Chin with some yards after the catch.
Yeah, that's a nice play. Keeney started it. Being elusive and getting away from the defender. Take another look. It's a good job ducking away. Nice pass on the run. How about that? Shaking off two tacklers. Picking up first down.
Ball at the 30-yard line. Proctor gives it back. Thompson, he's got running room. Gets a first down. And inside the red zone, out of bounds.
That's the thing about Proctor. And boy, you got Thompson back there, and he is an outstanding runner, as we've seen all night. Taking a look, little reverse. Hand it off. Everybody goes to Proctor, and watch Thompson. So strong, able to run that ball.
A great call there when so many people are focusing their defense on Proctor. 1:02 on the clock here in the first quarter. Keeney hands it off. Cabrera.
Nice run.
Gets inside the 10-yard line. Seven, 6, Jenks on top. Bryce Cabrera, senior. Second down and 3. Keeney rolling right. I'm gonna call that incomplete. Brings up third down.
Good play by Keeney. Getting rid of it.
Sometimes an incomplete pass is your best pass.
Exactly right.
Third down. Just inside the 10-yard line at the 9. First down, they can get that at the 6. Keeney hands off to Cabrera. Gets the first down and more. Touchdown, Rams.
How about Cabrera? Good piece of running by that young man. So strong. breaking tackles. Draw play here and watch him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rams. Right back at you.
12-7 the score right now. Rams didn't get the extra point in the first touchdown. This time, they do. 13-7 Owasso on top with 13 seconds left here in the first quarter at Allan Trimble Stadium here in Jenks. This is good, right?
You gotta love it. Friday night.
This is a series that has been dominated by the Trojans. Bill Blankenship trying to come in and change that. Look at that record, 22nd season for Allan Trimble. We already told you he has 13 state titles, 235 and 36, 199 more wins.
About that legend.
Definitely a Hall of Fame career. So we got a little bit more time here in the first quarter, 13 seconds on the clock.
Look at Blankenship over there, and he's talking to him about being back. Of course, family here and grandkids, and see his son sometime in our line of work, and then I say, you know, I see you with the grandkids, and next thing I see you wrestling snakes. So that's that Spyro coming out in you. I told him in Beggs we wrestle alligators, you know.
That's a touchback. Yeah, we talked about Coach Blankenship, obviously the high school career. Also the TU head coach. Take a look at the scoring drive for the Rams. Keeney.
That was a big play right there. That was huge. You know, able to get downfield, and then Bryce Cabrera, here's a reverse to Thompson. So great field position, 8 plays, 80 yards. And then Bryce Cabrera, 9-yard touchdown run.
Only took a minute 23. See if the Trojans can answer. 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball on the 20-yard line for the Trojans. Foreman hands it off. A few yards up the middle. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 25, 5-yard gain. That'll be the last play of the first quarter here in the Ford game of the week. The first Friday night under the lights in the 2017 season. You're watching Game Time on YurView. Fourth game of the week, second quarter, coming up.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS.
Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, get rid of IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify.
Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now and find out how we can help you.
When I say Italy, what comes to mind?
Pirello Tours. Oh, Pirello Tours.
Hi, I'm Steve Perillo of Perillo Tours, and I personally approve every itinerary to ensure a stress-free, once-in-a-lifetime vacation.
I think of the culture.
There's so much to see. I really enjoyed Sorrento.
Being on a Perillo tour was better than anything I can remember ever on an anniversary.
Salute!
Call now for your free brochure, insider's guide, and free $100 gift card. Call 800-351-6771.
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks, like these. We'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY26, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
watching the fourth game of the week on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. Owasso and Jenks starting off the second quarter. Rams on top, 13-7. Trojans have the ball. Trying to take back that lead. Everybody excited and happy that high school football is back. Week 0 here of the Oklahoma high school football season. Corwin back to pass, has some time, goes deep, just a little bit long.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Landis Morris couldn't quite get his hand on it.
You like the protection he's getting from that offensive line right now. For Owasso, you look to get more pressure on him.
3rd down and 5, ball at the 25-yard line. Second play of the second quarter. Corwin in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers. He's got to scramble. We've seen him run well, but he throws this time. Wagner with the catch and the first down.
And there he is right there. The scramble out to the right, and there's Wagner again. Coming up with a nice play, nice frame, long arms. Watch him coming across the middle right here. Good job by Corwin, scrambling out to his right. Great pass. And he does a good job of catching the football, securing it, and taking the hit. Most importantly, moving the chains, D'Angelo Wagner.
First down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Fakes the handoff, gets the completion. Pitcock takes it out. It's about the 50-yard line.
Wayne Jones.
So second down and 5 now. Corn keeps it himself. Made two Rams tacklers miss with that move and got some positive yardage.
He took one, but boy, if he gets in out from under center, looks like a running back. Take another look. Nice juke. Watch him shake 3 of them. Now watch the 10. He's gonna take a hit right here. Boom. Got a mouthpiece going somewhere.
3rd and short, less than a yard. Wagner in motion, direct snap, first down.
How about the big fella?
Oh my gosh.
How about the big fella? Mr. Shelley running that football. Outstanding size, and he's been that anchor of the backfield. Take another look. Following his blockers right there, breaks one. He's so hard to bring down. Outstanding size, strong, keeps his feet moving, and moves the chains.
That direct snap has been a popular play for the Trojans with different running backs.
Yeah.
Cox had one as well. Shelley bouncing off tacklers. Finally brought down after a nice game.
And that time, and then Josh Proctor. When you talk about Josh Proctor and his athleticism, you take another look. Watch Shelley put a cut back here, bouncing outside. Watch Proctor come up and hold on to the big fella and bring him down. You talk about his athleticism. A lot of people don't realize this kid was going to be a Division I basketball player. Played for OK Run PWP in the summer. The Under Armour circuit. Was an outstanding player, receiving mid-major interest in basketball. So just an all-around athlete when you talk about Josh Proctor.
He's so good with the ball in his hands, but he's going to Ohio State as a defensive player.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You can see why right there.
And it translates to basketball. I mean, he was an unbelievable defender, could get to the basket. Just an all-around athlete when you talk about Josh Proctor.
He looks even bigger this year, noticeably, than last year.
Yeah.
So 9:17 on the clock. Owasso up 13-7, but the Trojans in Rams territory, second down for that 4-yard gain. Corwin looking to his left, incomplete. I'm guessing Wagner might be his favorite target this season. He likes to throw it to him, and why not?
Yeah, definitely knew it. Big target. Right out of his route.
Big play right here, 3rd down, 6 yards to go. They need to get to about the 26-yard line to get a first down. Corwin by himself in the shotgun. Gets the complete pass. That is a first down. Brett Nelson with another catch.
How about Nelson? Another big target when you talk about a receiver. He's had some outstanding blocks tonight, but he's been steady catching that football in short down situations.
Ball in the 19-yard line.
Efficient drive.
Shelley in the backfield, but Corwin's keeping it himself. Got past that first tackler. Pick up only about a yard. Second down and long. That's how we like to start off the season here. Two good teams playing well. Tight ball game, 13-7 here with 8 minutes left in the first half. Corwin has never lost a regular season game as a junior. Was perfect in the regular season last year as a sophomore.
Man, so hard to bring down.
Runner. So third down, ball at the 14-yard line. Take a look at just another direct snap and just a powerful runner. Does it again, Shelley, dragging tacklers. Another third down for the Trojans. Trying to take back the lead. Rams lead at 13-7. Corwin, rare position under center. Pitches it to Shelley. Shelley, big loss.
How about that hit? And there's that man again, Keelan Jones. Take another look. Watch Jones coming to your screen right there and say hello. Keelan Jones, outstanding player. This defensive side of the ball, 6 foot, 195 pound senior. He has Beggs roots.
So you know that's good, right? Field goal is good. Jenks cuts the Owasso lead to 13-10 here in the fourth game of the week, the second quarter. Here on YurView, we'll continue when we come back.
Are you one of millions of women embarrassed by hair loss or suffering from thinning hair? You have a personalized, proven solution right here. Welcome to Hair Club.
I had my self-confidence back. My husband was like, that's my wife.
Hair Club offers a wide range of private designed-for-you hair loss solutions, each of them proven and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call or go online for more details.
Do you realize how nice it is for someone to walk up to you and say, my God, you have the most beautiful head of hair.
After 40 years and 500,000 happy clients, it's no wonder Hair Club is the trusted hair loss solutions provider and the reason hundreds of thousands of women just like you have turned their lives around.
Why do I love life? Because Hair Club brought that life back to me.
Call now for your free confidential consultation, and we'll give you these 4 deluxe full-sized women's hair products free as our gift. These free gifts are only available to women watching this commercial.
Call 1-800-849-9558.
Mazios.
You're watching the fourth game of the week on YurView. Owasso versus Jenks, 13-10. Rams on top, 6:39 to go here in the second quarter. Rams just held the Trojans to a field goal to keep that lead. Beautiful night of football here on the first Friday night under the lights of the 2017 season here at the newly renamed Allan Trimble Stadium here in Jenks, honoring the longtime head coach. Trojans kicking it off after that field goal. Josh Proctor and Dawson Adams back to return. Doesn't get to either one of them, but Sam Thompson, he can return it pretty well. Gets out to the 35-yard line.
Thompson, he's going to have to feel a lot of kicks this year. He can definitely do it.
It's kind of tough. You're trying to kick it short to avoid Josh Proctor, and you get Sam Thompson. He's a playmaker himself. All Game Time high school football games stream live each week at YurView.com. Also check back throughout the week for game highlights and additional coverage, including the new weekly high school football recruiting podcast. It's called Over the Middle with host Jeremy Crabtree, longtime recruiting expert. Keeney going deep, gets the completion. Look at that toss by Will Keeney.
How about Keeney? Take another look downfield. Plenty of protection, fumbles the snap, throws it up. Boy, behind the defense.
Tyrese Sisson, he had the touchdown catch in the first quarter.
They played right there for him, and we talked about the big plays.
Now to the ground. Bryce Cabrera.
Big plays of Owasso. There's one thing Coach Trimble talked about is limiting the big play capabilities of this team.
Second down and 7, just inside the 20-yard line. Keeney going to Sisson again, incomplete. Makes it third down for the Rams. Bill Blankenship has returned to the high school football field for the first time since 2005 when he was over at Union in Oklahoma. Last year, you know, he went from TU, head coach, went to Arkansas, won a state title in his 1 year in Arkansas, and then came back here to
Charge
Owasso.
to Owasso.
So the Rams take a timeout here with 6:11 left in the first half. Owasso up 13-10 over Jenks. Next Thursday, Game Time high school football will continue with the Deer Creek Antlers heading to Moore to take on the Southmore SaberCats. Then on Friday night, the Midwest City Bombers will be in Tulsa to play the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Both games start at 7. That's Thursday night, and then Friday night here on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. Booker T, one of the favorites in Class 6A2. Bixby has won every state title in the history of 6A2, 3 in a row. Bixby, another favorite. Those are really the two teams you expect to battle for the 6A2 title, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And be interesting to see tomorrow and tomorrow's matchup with Broken Arrow. You know, new coaches coming in at Broken Arrow. Be interesting to see Hill.
Travis Hill, a new defensive coordinator. He was at Muskogee, used to be East Central's head coach, and Jay Wilkinson back as offensive coordinator for the Tigers.
Got the Whitaker twins there.
Keeney going to the end zone. Look at that catch, touchdown.
How about Keeney?
And Cabrera, he's been running the ball so well. Sliding catch for a touchdown.
And he does a tremendous job when you talk about running, not only running football, but catching it out of the backfield. Look at the pass right here under pressure by Keeney. Goes up, I mean, just lays it right over the shoulder where only he can get it. Boy, this Owasso team showing you the many weapons. You talk about Cabrera, you talk about Keeney, also Thompson.
Extra point is good. Make it 20-10. Owasso on top of Jenks here in the Ford game of the week. Doesn't happen often here for the Trojans to be losing at home. Take a look at this replay.
Look at him throwing it up high. going to get it. Sliding in, outstanding camera work.
Jenks has won 26 straight non-district games at home. Down 20-10 here in the second quarter to Owasso. Trojans with a chance to answer. More than 6 minutes left here in the first half. Surprised at all by how well Owasso has come out here with Bill Blankenship now taking over the Rams program after a 3-7 season last year?
No. I mean, you knew he would be a shot in the arm for the team, but let's face it, this team is talented. I mean, you have some outstanding players, and you know what you always call, you got your frontline guys that are the elite guys, but that second tier guys, they have a lot of those, a lot of good athletes on both sides of the ball, and that's what you have to have. I mean, we've seen, as I said earlier, a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Running the ball, Keeney, very efficient at that quarterback position, and you got elite athletes. So expect this team to compete. You add Bill Blankenship, you know, and give them a shot in the arm, and they come in expecting to win this game. A lot of game left up.
Braden Phipps gets it out past the 20, up past the 30. Nice return by Braden Phipps, the junior wide receiver. Key, we take a look here at Keeney going to assist him on the last scoring drive with the big gainer. Very productive through the air on that drive for Keeney. 28, Bryce Cabrera. It's a 19-yard TD catch. He had the 9-yard TD run at the end of the first quarter. Nice game by Cabrera, doing it on the ground and catching the ball. Corwin hands it off. Nice run up the middle, breakthrough tackles. Tyler Wallace.
Yeah, Tyler Wallace. He's a guy that can get some stuff done at that running back position. Also a very capable at quarterback.
Second down and 3. Ball to 39-yard line for the Trojans. Corwin's got 3 receivers on the right side. And he hands it off again to Wallace. Short of the first down.
Good job defensively right there by Owasso.
Now this is very big for Jenks. Down 20-10. Third down, 1 yard to go. Trojans had the ball in their own territory. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Corwin in the shotgun. 6 Rams there on the line. Ball loose, Rams recover.
How about that play? And there is that man again that we've been talking about. Keelan Jones, defensively, this first half, he has been huge. Take another look, just coming right through, does a good job of reading, makes the tackle and locates the football. He has been and probably developing the key to this defense for Owasso at that linebacker position. Keelan Jones.
He made it through there untouched.
Oh my goodness. Has great size, speed, break through that line. And boy, he has brought a lot of energy to this team defensively. Keelan Jones.
Trojan crowd a little stunned. Only turnover of the game so far. Keeney back to pass again. Going deep. Thompson just over his outstretched arm.
Nice play.
He was open, just couldn't quite connect.
And you see in this Owasso team, and we talk about the athletes, they attack you downfield. Looking down, just overthrown just a little bit. Outstanding play. They're a very balanced team offensively.
Second down and 10. Ball is complete, and he was in bounds.
How about that catch?
Sisson having himself a good game.
He is stepping up big time. Take another look. Nice pass by Keeney. Look at him.
Just need the 1 foot in high school.
That's all you need. Call him Michael Jackson on that 1 foot right there, Nate.
Ball to 26-yard line, so 3rd and 1 yard to go. Keeney pitches it. Proctor has room down the sideline. Fumbles the ball out of bounds, but he stepped out of bounds even before that. Still gets the first down and more. They're going to mark him out at the 17-yard line, it looks like.
And that's what you'll see from him in time. The package where he just pitched to him, him blocking up front. There you see the speed. Does a great job of breaking tackles. So big, so strong, fast.
So first down and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Owasso already up 20-10, 4:26 to go here in the first half. Rams looking good in the season opener. Cabrera again trying to get another touchdown. Nice carry, gets it down to the 14. Already 3 touchdowns in the first half for the Rams. 1 missed extra point. Also making sure to take their time here. Plenty of time to score. Don't want to leave Jenks much time left.
Yeah, they're going to definitely manage that clock.
Thompson in motion. Keeney completes it. Flag down in the backfield.
Going to be roughing the passer.
Devin Tyler had the reception. Officials talking this one over. Impressive start to the season for Owasso, up 20-10 over Jenks. Holding on the Rams is the call, it looks like.
Holding against the offense. 10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So that helps the Trojans out, gets the ball outside the red zone down to the 24-yard line. Second down and 17 to go now for Owasso. Rams have 1 timeout left. Jenks has 2 timeouts. Keeney has looked good so far, the 6'1" junior. Had a very nice scrimmage last week and looking good here in the first half in the regular season debut. Keeney deep again. That's a diving catch.
Oh, how about that play?
Sisson. Second touchdown catch of the ball game.
This guy here is playing a game. No way I thought he was going to run out of that ball. Watch Keeney put it up high. And watch the young man go get it. Dial in, dive, go make the play.
No doubt catch.
Hey, could be some good plays in the second half, but I'm going right now. That's your play of the game.
That's
right
your
there,
vote?
Nathan Thompson.
You don't think that's getting topped?
That's my vote right there. How about that play by that young man? Second touchdown. Rams are rolling right now.
Wow, 27-10, Owasso on top, 3:36 to go in the first half. Impressive. Take a look at this. Gotta see this one again.
Take another look.
We just saw a sliding catch by Cabrera. Sisson trying to outdo him. And by your vote, he did.
He got it. How about that play?
Sisson with 2 touchdowns, both catches. Cabrera had a touchdown run and a touchdown catch. 27-10, Owasso on top. Keeney. 3 TD passes in the first half against the Jenks team and a defense that a lot of people think very highly of.
How about that? This team right now is clicking on all the cylinders. It's going to be important, this young Jenks team, to see if they can respond here with 3:36 left.
Yep, key drive right here. Wagner. He gets a chance to return it. Out past the 20. Nice return, his best one in the ball game so far. 3:30 on the clock. Corwin and the Trojan offense needs some points right here.
Take another look. Keeney, boy, he was dialed in that whole drive there. Gets it to Proctor on the outside. Take another look. Throw it up. Let Session go get it, young man. Touchdown, Rams.
First down and 10 for the Trojans. Jenks needs a score, down 27-10 here in the first half. 3.5 minutes to go before halftime. Wagner, looked like they were on different pages there.
Yeah,
incomplete
definitely.
on the little screen.
Trying to find your playmaker, Wagner.
Second down and 10 now. Trojans ranked number 2 in the state, Rams 6th. Coming off that 3-7 season last year. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Rams are not going 3-7 this year.
No, I don't think they're going. I'm not going to do that.
Corwin again going to Wagner, this time a completion. Nice moves by Wagner, but still only picks up a few yards.
You see him making a miss, and then the defense comes. Makes a play.
Ball's at the 36-yard line. Third down and 6.
Take another look here. Watch Wagner. Makes one miss, makes another, and then help is on the way. We'll talk about the Rams.
3 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Corwin by himself in the shotgun. Gets the completion to Wagner. First down, lots of running room into Ram territory. Huge play for the Trojans right there with just over 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, good job reading the blitz that time. They're coming full steam, hits it. Good job of putting the pass right there, and Mayberry able to make the play.
Ball at the 46 of Owasso. 2.5 minutes left. Jenks needs a score here to get some momentum back. Nice run by Will Cox. Second down. 3 yards to go for a first down. Corwin over the middle, again for Wagner. I'm going to call a pass interference on that. Wagner shaking up a little bit, hopefully he's okay. Gets up, standing up now in his own power.
Well, he took a tough one. Take another look.
Pass interference against the defense. 15-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Trojan drive still alive. Under 2 minutes to go. Ball at the 24-yard line. 27-10 Rams on top. Owasso has looked very impressive on both sides of the ball in this season opener. Jenks can get in the end zone here, though. They're only down 10 going into the half. Owasso will get the ball to start the third quarter, though. Cox hit the backfield. Josh Proctor. Nope.
That's that man we're talking about, Keelan Jones.
Thought I saw a 3 for a second. That was a 5.
No, he says, hold up. My name's not Proctor. It's Mr.
like
Jones. Take another look, coming up and making plays. Keelan Jones. College is right now. If you don't heard of this young man, you better take notice. Keelan Jones is definitely a prospect.
You can just go to YurView.com and you can see some tape of him after this game.
Check him out. I put my stamp on him.
Corwin over the middle. That's a Completion, first down. Nice sliding catch.
Take another look.
Braden Phipps over the middle.
Phipps catching it. Nice play.
Just over a minute left, first down and 10. Ball at the 11-yard line. Ian Corwin in the shotgun. Takes the handoff to Shelley. Over the middle. That's a catch. Looked like pass interference, but no flag.
Impressive drive right here by Jenks.
We take a look at the replay. See if he got hit a little early here.
A little quick slant. It was bang play. I think it could have been pass interference. He's able to come up with it.
Ball at the 2-yard line.
And you see the Trojans taking their time.
They do have 2 timeouts as well, so plenty of time here. Second down and short. And Owasso's going to call its last timeout of the first half. 22 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout on the field. Charge to Owasso.
Owasso up 27-10. Trojans trying to cut that lead to 10. Hey, watch the replay of tonight's game. Next Tuesday evening at 7:30, only on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. I know you're going to want to watch it. This has been a great first half so far. Good to see the Rams really turning this one around from last year's 3-7 season. Looking great so far this year. Trojans, though, tough team to beat at home. And they're not giving up, trying to cut it down to 10 right before the half, and then whole another half to play, Rod. You're going to want to watch this one again Tuesday night at 7:30 on YurView. That's Cox Channel 1333.
Plus, you got Thompson and Thompson doing a game.
I know, and another Thompson
why
on the
wouldn't you
field.
watch it? Why wouldn't you watch it?
The best performance out of the Thompsons is going to be Sam Thompson.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to him tonight.
Went from the Thompson twins to the Thompson triplets. 22 seconds left. Corwin, watch for a little possible quarterback run here. In the backfield by himself. Nope, he's passing. Intercepted! Guess who? Josh Proctor. He is gone.
Talk about big play capability. Mr. Proctor.
Game changer. Jenks with the chance to cut the lead to 10. But no, looks like it's going to go up to a 24-point lead.
That's what playmakers do. Look at it, hand-eye coordination. And now watch the cutback, turn on the wheels. Nobody's going to catch it. Josh Proctor. Remember the name. I'm sure the Buckeye faithful are going crazy.
We might have some Buckeye fans tuned in on YurView.com watching this live stream. They're smiling large right now after seeing that play if they're watching.
That's what he brings to the table. Josh Proctor. Just a playmaker. Let your guys go out and make plays, and how about that? Those are the plays right there. Jenks momentum. You're getting some momentum going into halftime. Gonna put some points on the board. And Josh Proctor
Touchdown
comes away.
After the play, there's a warning on the Owasso bench.
33-10 after that 100-yard return.
How about that 100-yard return? Josh Proctor.
You can hear those Owasso fans. They're packed over there in the stands cheering loudly for this Rams team. They're so happy to see this after only winning 3 games last season. Impressive. They're going to shoot up the rankings next week. Ranked number 6 right now. Extra point is good. 34-10. Owasso up over Jenks. 7 seconds left in the first half. Gotta look at this again.
Take another look. While they're driving the tap. And now tuck it and go. Nobody's gonna catch him.
Trojans' best hope is that he trips.
Josh Proctor. Outstanding player. You see why everybody in the country wanted his services.
Yeah, and you know OU, OSU, TU upset he got out of the state.
Definitely.
34-10, Owasso on top.
Good time play, and boy, it's gonna be interesting. As we said, you know, you talk about Jenks, Owasso, you know, and then that big matchup tomorrow when you talk about Broken Arrow and Union. And a lot of talent at these respective schools.
That Union Owasso showdown here, and the district schedule's looking really interesting now.
Yes, it is.
Union, defending state champion, #1 preseason, loaded with Division I talent. Short kick, fair catch, ball at the 30-yard line. See if the Trojans try to throw it deep or just take a knee. I'm guessing take a knee and get in the locker room.
Yeah, get in that locker room and try to regroup.
Just so impressed the job these Rams are doing, the job Bill Blankenship and his assistants have done. And he's not a big fan of this week 0 thing where he wanted another week of practice before hitting the field.
Yeah, and
he's pretty happy now, I bet, and now they get a bye before district play.
And that bye before district play allows you to be able to heal if you have some guys hurt. As we expected, Jenks to take a knee, but impressive first half for this Owasso team. Boy, you can see their fans hungry for excellence.
Rams are happy, the cheerleaders, the crowd cheering away. Who would have guessed? 34-10 at the half over the Jenks Trojans, second-ranked team in the state. Bill Blankenship is about to join us right now on the field. And Coach Blankenship, this is your first time on a high school football field in Oklahoma since 2005. Did you think you'd get off to this good of a start?
No, not against these guys. And let me tell you, champions know how to play from behind. They'll overcome their adversity. Biggest challenge I have is to get in here and understand with our guys, we've played a half. And we've had a good half. We've had some big plays. But we've got to go grind this out. It's the only chance we have. We've got to play better defense and quit screwing ourselves on offense.
You know, Coach, when you look at this team, of course, Proctor, you know, and other guys offensively, talk about the other guys that have really stepped up. When you talk about Thompson, Sessi, and Keeney, you have a lot of guys, a lot of weapons on that offensive side of the ball, and we saw that in the first half.
Well, they've played well so far. I'm really happy about that. Bryce Cabrera's done well, had some big plays. Tyrese has done well. We've just got to understand it's a half. And they're not going to give out any kind of championship today for a half of football.
All right, thank you, Coach. See you in the second half. Owasso up 34-10 here in the fourth game of the week. We'll be right back with the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show.
Stop! Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
It was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
We all need clean water.
But in too many of our communities, pollution threatens drinking water supplies, threatens the places where we swim, fish, and paddle. If we stand up together, we will ensure our children and grandchildren can enjoy a future of clean water and healthy rivers. Rivers are resilient. All they need is a fighting chance. Visit AmericanRivers.org/cleanwater to find out how you can make a difference.
Oklahoma Ford dealer.
You're watching the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show, and you're about to watch the Palm Squad. Jade Mather, Lauren Walcher, and Britton Grossman, the captains.
The varsity Palm Squad.
Good performance by the varsity Palm. The Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show. We're not done yet here at Allan Trimble Stadium. Keep watching YurView on Cox Cable Channel 1333. We'll be right back.
It's AARP.
Are you joining AARP?
Actually, I just did.
Is it worth it?
Just today, I saved on concert tickets, read a great article on investing, found a sweet travel deal, used the caregiver finder for my dad, and done. Discounted movie tickets.
Benefits start instantly when you join AARP. Join today for just $12 and your second membership is free. Get discounts. So many ways to save. Instant resources, tips, and tools. Plus, great offers find you wherever you are. As a member, your voice will be heard. Join today for just $12 and your second membership is free. You both get instant discounts, access to resources, and all the benefits of AARP. Plus, when you call today, you get this travel bag and AARP the magazine free.
Call 1-800-296-5431. That's 1-800-296-5431.
Or visit tryaarp.org.
This is important news from the Diabetic Supply Line. If you, a friend, or a family member has diabetes and you have lost your supplier, or if you need a supplier for your diabetic supplies, you may qualify to get your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. To be potentially eligible, you only need Medicare or private insurance. Call the Diabetic Supply Line now. Operators are standing by to take your call. Call now.
True to your money.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show. Good night for the Owasso Rams, up 34-10 over the Jenks Trojans. Let's take a look at how that score happened here in the first half at Allan Trimble Stadium. Great start by the Rams and great finish as well here against Jenks, picking up here in the first quarter. First drive of the ball game for the Rams, Will Keeney. Tyrone Sesson, 25-yard TD, 6-0 Owasso after the missed extra point. Jenks answer right back. Jacob Shelley, 7-yard TD run, 7-6 Jenks. And then it's the Owasso's turn. Again, Bryce Cabrera, 9-yard TD run, 13-7 Owasso up after the first quarter. Will Keeney, nice first half on Bryce Cabrera's sliding catch there. That's for a touchdown. Keeney again going deep. Sisson again. Look at that diving catch. That was Rod Thompson's play of the game already. And then this one, I think this trumps it, Rod.
Well, I think we may have to rethink what we talked about. This is the Proctor.
30 seconds of the first half. Proctor, interception. 100-yard return for a touchdown. What a game changer. Trojans trying to get some momentum going into half, and he takes that back and makes it 34-10. Josh Proctor, just amazing. And our YurView athlete profile introduces you to Owasso's Josh Proctor. Coming up after we look at the stats here, 34-10 Owasso over Jenks. Not that far apart on total yards, but it's those turnovers.
Yeah,
two of them. 14 points off of turnovers for Owasso that really does.
And critical. I mean, when you talk about the Josh Proctor play, not only was it prolific and an outstanding play, but the time that it happened in the game, I think, makes it huge. You look at total yards, 242 to 206. Passing pretty even. Rushing yards, they've got it done. But as you said, Nathan, the turnovers and the points off the turnovers have made a huge difference in this game. You know, Proctor, you look at Keeney, 3 TD passes. I mean, it makes Deanna Monty came up and said, hey, who's that quarterback from Owasso? He's outstanding. I mean, and he knows good quarterbacks playing, you know, for Oklahoma State. So this Keeney kid has done a tremendous job running this offense, putting passes on the money where only his receivers can catch him. And that has been the difference in this game. Both sides of the ball. First half, as Coach Blankenship said, Owasso has really dominated a team that's hungry, very talented, and has executed, and it's made a huge difference.
And our YurView athlete profile this week is on Owasso's Josh Proctor, who has had such a great game so far. One of the players Bill Blankenship will be counting on this year. He's committed to Ohio State. We can see why after that first half. Coach Blankenship says his athletic talent has been enhanced by hard work and a lifelong love of the game.
I just find it fun. Like, I've always had a thing for it. When I was younger, I used to beg my dad, can I play football? Can I play football? So he got me in the year early, and I've just loved it ever since.
Josh is an incredible athlete. He's been amazing to watch. What he does as an elite athlete is pretty special. You'd sure like to take credit for coaching him into that, but I think most of that's God-given.
Recruit was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. My dad, he was happy for me. He never got to go through it. My mom was happy for my brother and my sister, so it was a good time. It was just the right fit for me. You know, every time I go down there, it just felt like home. I was comfortable with everybody.
The thing that he does so well, though, that I think impresses me is that he doesn't just rely on his athletic ability. He's a great teammate. He doesn't miss, workouts. He worked incredibly hard this summer to give himself the opportunity to be even better.
Tell you what, we just saw that stiff arm right there. That was the play I was talking about earlier that made it into Sports Center top 10. And this guy obviously has the natural ability, but it's that work ethic. We talked about earlier, so much bigger even in body frame than he was last year, hard work.
Well, it's all the difference in the world. Now, I was fortunate enough to coach Josh Proctor. You know, he played in our summer program, and as I said, was a Division I basketball player. But I think Coach Blankenship, he hit it on the head, and I knew this coming in. When I asked about Josh Proctor, he said he's an elite-level athlete that doesn't act like one. So he said, what I mean by that, he's not a prima donna. He said, Rod, he never missed a summer workout. He was always there. He worked extremely hard. He had that same work ethic in basketball, which allowed him to be able to do that. And we say all the time the importance that when you can take someone who has a God-given athletic ability and the talent to compete and perform at a high level, and they have the side when no one is looking, the work ethic, and put it in, you're seeing the product of it. Josh Proctor, I mean, outstanding kid, great family, talented family. And as we said, great athlete, but even a better kid. And he will go on and do great things. And he's one of those kids that, if you have a younger son or, you want him to look up to him. Outstanding kid that works extremely hard and very gifted and talented.
Yeah, the Ohio State Buckeyes definitely getting a good one in Josh Proctor. We'll have more here at the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance Halftime Show coming up here on the YurView channel, Cox Channel 1333.
If you want to shed the fat and sculpt your body to get that slim, sexy look of your dreams, then you need to stop working out Say what? And start rocking out with Rockin' Body, the fun new body makeover system that was created by fitness expert and Insanity creator Shaun T.
Rockin' Body combines dance and fitness in a fun new way so you can achieve insane weight loss.
I lost 30 pounds dancing.
Now you can tone and tighten your abs, shrink and shape your hips and thighs, and lift and firm your booty, all while you're just dancing.
I've lost 33 pounds. I feel sexy.
And now, for a limited time, the complete $80 Rockin' Body system is 75% off. That's right, Rockin' Body is only $19.95. We'll even upgrade you to express shipping free. Get the complete Rockin' Body system for only $19.95.
Call 1-800-820-4621 or order online at rockinbody.com. That's 1-800-820-4621.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-233-0190.
Mazios.
Welcome back to YurView, Cox Channel 1333. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show. Owasso up 34-10 right now. Halftime is about over. Rod, what do the Trojans need to do to get back in this game down by 24 points at the half?
Well, the biggest thing is they have to come out and match the intensity of this Owasso team. And it makes a huge difference. Down a young team, they're going to have to dig deep, and they're going to have to come up with some big plays. Now you're down 34-10. I mean, you don't have to go for the home run, but you have to be very efficient, and you have to try to limit the big plays of Owasso. I think it's going to have to be done defensively, to be able to contain. But being able to match that intensity, I think, is going to be key. Going to be a tough hill to climb, with this Owasso team and the way they're running the football. So, uphill battle for Jenks. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out and respond in this second half.
34-10, Owasso up on Jenks here, about to start the second half, and we're going to be joined here by Jenks head coach Allan Trimble. And Coach Trimble, not the start you wanted to the season or this game, down by 24. What did you tell your guys about how to get back on track here in the third quarter?
Well, we took turns. Obviously, you guys saw it on TV. Not a very good half for us, but it is what it is. I've been doing this a long time. I've challenged them to play with a little bit better effort and discipline and, come out and try to improve in the second half. Owasso's got a great team. Coach Blankenship's got them fired up, so hopefully we'll come out and answer the bell.
Defensively, what do you try to do, Coach? They put up 34, and as you said, outstanding team. What adjustments you look to make in the second half?
Well, credit them. They made some great play calls, good catch over in the end zone for a touchdown. We only defended 22 plays, so a lot of them were good, but again, when you've got the talent they do, we've got to obviously be more disciplined and try to prevent those big plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
Owasso up 34-10 here. Trojans trying to bounce back in this one, but Owasso is going to be the team that gets the ball first here in the third quarter, so they can add to that lead. And how important is it for them to kind of keep the throttle down on Jenks and not give them an opening?
Yeah, and they definitely have to do that in this second half. Coming out, as Coach said, it's going to be it's two halves. But Jenks, they have to come out defensively. They need to stop right here. They have to come out in this first possession, try to stop this team right now. You're kind of in that danger zone. You allow them to get loose. It can get worse in a hurry. But going to be important this first series defensively for them to come out, get a stop, and then try to put some plays together and put some points on the board.
All right, about to start off the third quarter here at the newly named Allan Trimble Stadium, which they just changed 8 days ago. They had the ceremony to rename Hunter Dwelling Field to Allan Trimble Stadium. It is a big honor to Coach Trimble, who we just talked to, 13 state titles, and now his 22nd season as head coach of the Trojans. And he's been in this position before, not many times, but he's been down at half, and thanks to the wonderful Don King and our stats, we know he's come back. His record when down at the half is 15-19 here at Jenks. So he's had a few comebacks. It's going to be a tough one against an Owasso team that's shown to be so good in the first half and up by 24 right here. And the Rams get the ball as we're about to start off the third quarter here in the first Friday night of the high school football season. Lots of good games coming up here too on YurView. Game time, Cox Channel 1333.
You talk about, how important it is, and we're able to call these games, and many people at home get to watch these games and check out these young people. Dennis and Luke, barbershop, they're watching the big game, checking it out and fired up about it. Yeah, y'all see it. A lot of people watching these games, and the 6A race is going to be very, very interesting. We'll see how it shapes up with this Owasso team playing like they're playing now.
No return on this one. It's going to be a touchback. I just got a text from our photographer at Fox 23 shooting this game. He said he got trucked by Josh Proctor on the sideline. Said it's all right. He's a possible future NFL player. It'll be a good story. Going to Ohio State Buckeyes, one of our Mazios MVPs tonight. If you're going to get hit by someone on the sideline, I might as well be one of the better players, right?
Exactly.
Owasso up by 24, trying to add to it, keep that momentum on the Rams side. Here's we start off the third quarter of the Forward Game of the Week. Owasso going to ground to start off this one. Cabrera, who had such a good first half, 2 touchdowns in the first half, gets the carry.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that the X factor. I think coming into this game, especially in his first half, you talk about Cabrera and Thompson, and on the other side of the ball, can't say enough about Keelan Jones and what he's been able to do to emerge as one of the guys, the heart and soul of this defense.
Keeney, another completion. First down for the Rams. Drew Posey with the catch. Ball at the 35-yard line. 3 receivers for Keeney, but he hands it off. Cabrera makes the first tackler miss. He had a guy in the backfield that could have made a tackle, but he gets the spin move, gets the extra yards.
He's very elusive and strong and hard to take down. And as we said, there's no mistake. This Owasso team this year, a little different talent level than what they've had in the past.
Another completion. Devin Tyler gets the first down.
How about Devin Tyler? The little fella packing the punch right there. Take another look at him. A little quick out, watch him catch it, and watch him deliver the blow at the end of the play. Boom. Coming up big. Just a different mentality right now for this Owasso team.
Rams offense picking up where it left off. Ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Moving it right down the field after the touchback. Cabrera gets into Trojan territory. Impressive performance by the Rams offense so far in this game. With only about 3 weeks of practice.
Yeah. He's taking their time now.
Thompson in motion. Keeney, pulled down, sacked. A couple of Trojans pull him down.
And that's the play you got to have if you Jenks right there. You need those momentum plays. So you're forcing a 3rd and long. Take another look, getting good pressure on Keeney. Tried to step through, can't quite make it. Time played by the defense of Jenks.
Stephen Krager with the initial pull down there. Ernest Grayson gets in on the sack. Keeney drops it off for the screen. Cabrera. Pass midfield. gets the first down. Third and long, no problem for the Rams right there.
And they just look like a well-oiled machine, very patient. Look at the running. Blockers, nice block up front by the big fella. 72, Anthony Wright. And block downfield, and they'll move the chains.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Cabrera has a little bit of a hole. Picked up 4 yards.
The other teams playing tonight. Booker T. Washington 34-14 over Edmond Santa Fe. Lane Cooks with 2 receiving touchdowns. Jackson 5 tackles from linebacker position. So a lot of good football across the state and in this area.
Keeney deep. Sisson broken up at the end. Great defensive play. Looked like Sisson was going to get another TD catch. That ball hung up there a little bit. And hopefully Sisson is not hurt too bad.
Oh, Sisson. Take another look, hung up. That's a nice play, and boy, like Sisson looked like came down on his ankle. He's cramping.
It's Blake Pitcock who made that last-second swat.
Nice play by that young man.
Hopefully just a cramp.
Yeah, it looked like it is. Third down again, and you see the Jenks faithful up on their feet.
Keeney with 5 receivers. Quick hit to Tyler. First down. Another third down conversion for the Ram offense. Have a flag right there at a block. Right now near the line of first down.
How about the play of Devin Tyler?
Owasso is pointing at the Trojans as if it's on them.
Take another look.
The Rams sideline is clapping, so.
Quick out. You see the nice play.
Yeah, little face mask.
Yep.
So that's going to stand. It's going to be another first down for the Rams, converting third down.
At a personal foul, face mask against the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Rams now in the red zone, up 34-10. Ball in the 11-yard line, first down and 10. First drive of the second half. Owasso already up by 24 over the second-ranked team in the state. Bill Blankenship's first game as head coach of the Rams, going quite well for Owasso. Last time he coached a high school game in Oklahoma was 2005. Tyler diving for the end zone. Touchdown.
Tyler so strong, he runs through tacklers, and look at the Rams fired up. Devin Tyler, he is impressive at that receiver position. Take another look. They've been hitting him 3 straight times. Take a look, watch him run through one and watch him power through the 2 defenders right there. Outstanding camera work, stretches out. Touchdown Rams, Tyler getting it done.
11-yard TD catch, 40-10, make that 41-10 after the extra point. Rams cruising here in Jenks. I'm sure most people expected big improvement by the Rams with Coach Blankenship coming in here. But this is definitely impressive, up 41-10. This is a look at the Mazios MVP scorecard, if you will, so far. We talked about Josh Proctor before kickoff. No doubt he's having a good game with that 100-yard interception return for a touchdown in the second quarter. And then on the other side of the ball, Ian Corwin, the Jenks junior quarterback, 13 of 20 passing, 159 yards. And he had that 1 interception. Let's take a look at that Josh Proctor play. Can't see this enough, so impressive. Just the catch right here in the first place. Knocks it down with one hand, brings it in with the other, and then he is gone for 100 yards.
Yeah, you talk about his athleticism, making a miss, making plays. Josh Proctor, Outstanding player. Really get it done. I think he's probably going to win it as you take another look. Look at the hand-eye coordination. Go up, make the play, make one miss. Off to the races.
Again,
Mr. Proctor.
Yeah, he's the favorite for the Mazios MVP, no doubt about it, but we're going to announce the winner here later on in the game. The Mazios MVP is brought to you by Mazios. Now, you can text MVP to 664444. So text MVP to 664444. You can get a coupon worth $5 off of one topping pizza. Trojans get the ball now, down 41-10. First time on offense here in the second half. And the Trojans, almost every possession from this point out is must score.
Yeah, definitely must score. Uphill battle. Talked about Owasso when people knew coming in they're going to be talented.
First down, ball at the 31-yard line. Corwin, we talked about it. He was undefeated at quarterback as a sophomore last season in the regular season.
T1 Hay right there coming up making a play. Junior.
Gain of 2 yards on that one, bring up second down and 8. Corwin, delayed handoff. Nice little hole for Will Cox. Gets it out almost to the 40-yard line, about the 40-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 1. Under 8 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. Just about everything going the Rams' way so far. Trojans scored a touchdown on their second drive of the ball game and haven't gotten in the end zone since. Had a field goal in the second quarter. Stuff, no first down on 3rd and 1. Interesting call here. What do you do if you're Allan Trimble down by 31 here in the third quarter? It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
And look at the push up front. Tremendous job, and all you see is Rams everywhere.
Trojans lining up to punt it. Sam Thompson back to return the punt. 4th down and 1 right here. Near midfield. Trojans, they are punting the ball. Low line driver, Thompson can't get to it in time to catch it. It's going to take a nice bounce. The Trojans down it at the 5-yard line. Rams get the ball back, already up 41-10 here in the 4th game of the week. We'll be right back on YurView.
The Cox Channel has been your home for live local sports coverage for nearly 30 years, as well as a unique destination for local programming. Now, we invite you to join us on this next leg of our journey as the Cox Channel becomes YurView Oklahoma. We'll continue our focus on the things that matter to you. Stay tuned. YurView Oklahoma is heading your way. YurView Oklahoma, brought to you by Ford, best in Oklahoma. Tune in to Game Time Friday, August 25th at 7:30 p.m. for the Ford Game of the Week, Owasso versus Jenks.
You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on Game Time. Rams with the ball back here in the third quarter, second possession of the third quarter, up 41-10. Owasso marched it right down the field and scored a touchdown on that first possession, 80-yard drive. That score's probably surprising a lot of people out there. Rams, people thought they would be much better this year, probably. They only won 3 games last year and are really dominating the second-ranked team in the state, Powerhouse Trojans. Under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. What's been most impressive to you about Owasso here? They've done it on both sides of the ball.
Well, I think exactly what you said. Both sides of the ball, and how impressive they've been. But the weapons that they've had, I mean, from receiving, I mean, you can go down the line. The offensive line has done a tremendous job, and that was something that Coach Blankenship talked about, that he wanted to see how they would respond. I mean, and you remember.
By the way, Sisson back in after he walked out the field injured a little bit, so
yeah,
good news for the Rams there.
And speaking of him, you take him, but the other guys who have stepped up, when you talk about Keelan Jones, and you know your marquee guys, but having those other guys step up and so many weapons has been very impressive, and especially this guy right here. I don't know the last time that we've seen an Owasso team just throw the ball quick out right, quick out left, and have the athletes in space to go make plays. I mean, that is impressive, that you have those type of guys that can make those plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Keeney has been very impressive. You need that quarterback that can do that. Keeney not eligible for our Mazios MVP because he wasn't nominated beforehand, but Bryce Cabrera with the catch. Gets it out to the 50-yard line. But Keeney, this is what they need, is a quarterback that can lead a Bill Blankenship offense like this, and he's doing it with weapons like Cabrera. Tackle there.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been a penalty.
And he's very efficient. I mean, he's made some
Yes, tackle against the defense. 15 additional yards. First down.
And when you're, and I think it's across the board in any sport, and I think when you look at Coach Trimble and Coach Blankenship, they'll allow players to make plays and get them in space and let your players go make plays, and I think you've seen that tonight, especially with the Owasso. This team is playing with a different hunger. They knew coming in they would be pretty good, and you have a leader that's been there. It makes it different. It gives you that confidence. I always tell this story from basketball. I was fortunate enough to play for Bill Self, and I told people that he had a unique gift of thinking you were better than what you were. And I said, I thought I was an NBA draft pick until NBA draft night. And I realized I wasn't that good, But as coaches that can allow you to play at that level, and that expectation is there for Owasso. You could see it coming into this game with the fans, everybody over there. So this team has a lot of talent, and they're putting together, the talent right now across the board.
Third down, 3 yards to go, 41-10, Rams on top. Keeney with 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Feeling the pressure, gets the pass off, just overthrown him, through him. Going for Cabrera, who's had a very good game himself. Standing in the pocket there, showing his quarterback bravery, but just overthrew Cabrera. 4th down and 3, and the Rams are going for it. Too long for a field goal, I guess, and too close to the end zone to punt it away. Keeney in the shotgun. Bryce Cabrera next to him. 4 receivers in formation. Keeney throws it out of bounds. The Trojans football down by 31 with 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Jenks running out of time here, down by 31 points, which is 5 possessions. YurView is your home for live local high school sports. Next Thursday, Game Time features high school football from New Orleans. It's John Curtis versus Landry Walker from historic Berman Stadium. It's a heavyweight matchup between two top 15 teams. That's next Thursday, Game Time on YurView, channel 1334. Corwin finds some time with his feet. Can't find a receiver. Finally gets going to get dragged down for the sack. That's what we like to call a coverage sack, but also got to give lots of credit there to Tyler Moody to finally wrap up Corwin and bring him down.
And good job defensively by this Owasso team. They can guard you. A good job of covering.
Second down now for the Trojans. 14 yards to go for a first down. Corwin has faced a lot of pressure in this game. Almost intercepted again. Would have been another big six. Poor Trey Alexander couldn't quite hold on to it. Nice play by the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's another one. Look at big Court Trey coming in, making the play. Great hands, good basketball player. Another guy, Division I football, has been, offered scholarships. And so when you look at this Owasso team, you talk about the difference, and you can name 5 or 6 guys who've received Division I offers. That's probably the most that school has had, on one team there. Plus, you see the talent level that we're talking about with the Rams.
Third down and 14, under 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Jenks pass knocked down by Alexander again.
And there he
very
is again.
Similar play, very similar result.
And you see why.
Flag down on the field, though.
A lot of
Bobby Klink is not real happy about it, the defensive coordinator, so that might be on the Rams.
Take another look. Look at him, just put them big mitts out there.
Personal foul against the defense. 15-yard penalty.
And that'll give him a first down. It was 3rd and 14. Should move him out to the 39-yard line.
It's in a first down.
So the defense came up with a stop there, but the penalty gives the Trojans new life on offense. There's Bobby Klink, the defensive coordinator. He's also defensive, used to be at Broken Arrow. He was a head coach at East Central, and of course a former Jenks Trojan player.
Can run that ball. Did his games.
Corwin looking deep, throwing deep. Oh, intercepted. Jason Carey, I thought for a second he was going to drop it, but he pulled that in.
And how about Deuce Mayberry coming away with the play? And there he is. We talked about this young sophomore making plays. Watch him come across and make the plays. Worked all summer.
Almost dropped it right there.
Has put his time in. Deuce Mayberry. He's saying, hey, big brother KU, take that one. I can do it too. And a cousin played here at Jenks, Roy Jones, and there you see my man Deuce, the new and improved haircut. A nice smile, 5'11" sophomore, getting it done. Bright future for this young man. As we said, his brother Kyle played at Booker T and now is playing at the University of Kansas. Deuce will be an exciting player for this Owasso team.
Sisson brought down for a loss. End around did not work there. 41-10, under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Lost back to the Ram 43-yard line. Lost of 3, second down.
Second down and about 12. Another one of those short passes to Tyler, which has turned out to be so good for the Rams.
He's so elusive, has a great burst. Tyler, standing speed, small but very powerful. Change speed and directions.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Kenny by himself in the shotgun. Goes deep, covered well, and complete. Going for Sisson, who's had such a good game, but well covered there. Looked like he got a little bit of a limp there.
Yeah.
He came off the field hurting earlier in the third quarter. 4th down, Rams gonna have to punt this one away. Braden Phipps back deep for Jenks to return this punt. Going to be no return on that one. Trojans are going to get it just past the 20-yard line. Owasso 41, Jenks 10 here in the Ford game of the week on YurView. That's Cox Cable Channel 1333. Game actually live streaming on YurView.com. In our inaugural high school football recruiting weekly podcast, Over the Middle, host Jeremy Crabtree catches up with ESPN senior writer Mitch Sherman. They talk about the impact of college football's first ever early signing period. YurView's Arizona's man behind the mic, Chris Harris, will break down the high school football talent explosion in the Grand Canyon State, especially at the QB position. Plus, we'll hit some SEC recruiting conversation. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle. Check it out at YurView.com.
Ball start against the offense. 5-yard penalty. We're still at first down.
Should be interesting. This is, as I was talking about there, the first year of the early signing period for football, right before Christmas there toward the end of December. How do you think that affects it? You know, you have the football season's still over. College season's still going on though for both teams. So you've got that one, and you have later on in February.
Yeah, it makes it, makes a big difference. You talk about that.
Trojans Corwin going deep. Wagner, nice diving catch, pulls it in fingertip. DJ Wagner, great catch.
And how about Wagner showing you his athleticism? Take another look. Corwin puts a whip on it. Watch Wagner reach out and get it. Outstanding play by that young man. Oh, Wagner.
Trojan offense now with a little life in it in Rams territory. Ball at the 42-yard line. Corwin takes the snap. Over the middle, deep again to Wagner. Again, a nice catch. Flag down in the backfield. Could be holding right there, and then another flag. That's going to be a personal foul on the Jenks offensive lineman, I'm guessing. A little bit of a late hit after the play by Hunter Spankowski.
Take another look. Wagner, a little slant. Reaches out and catches it.
That one's coming back. So we get the call.
We had a holding against the offense. Then after the play was over, had a personal foul against the offense. Both penalties will be administered.
Talking 25 plus there yards. In the wrong direction for the Trojan offense. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, the early signing period, people out there might not know they passed the rule now that you don't have to wait till February. You can sign at the end of December. Give some players, I guess, Christmas knowing for sure where they're going. Some
Exactly.
coaches know for sure where their recruits are going.
And it's so different, in football. But like you say, early. And
Basketball has had early signing period for a long time.
Exactly. So you get out. But it's good to see all sports, especially kids in this great state, be able to go on and play at the next level.
Corwin over the middle again to Wagner, in and out of his hands. Late hit by the Rams this time. Getting a little sloppy here. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter with a big lead for Owasso. 3 penalties in 2 plays.
hit against the defense. 15-yard penalty.
So we're moving back and forth on the field quite a bit right here, but it's the officials walking it off. Brings the ball to the 48-yard line. First down. Not an automatic first down. So first down, our second down and 20, excuse me. Corwin again to Wagner. Look at that catch, does it again, first down.
There he is, Wagner again. As you can see, you know, coming in, he's their #1 receiver, and he's established himself. Take another look, going up to him, watch him go up, does a good job extending his hands, catching that ball in traffic.
Here on this drive, seems like the Trojan offense is throwing it up to Wagner and see if he can catch it. It's worked for him. Now deep in Owasso territory, about the 26-yard line. Another completion to a non-Wagner player. Oestis with the catch. Ball at the 20. Tyler Wallace now the running back next to Ian Corwin. Giving a breather to Jacob Shelley. Corwin buying time, has some running room, finally decides to take it himself. Gets the first down, gets out of bounds.
It's Wagner, had Wagner in the back of the end zone that time, didn't see him.
21 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter.
Another look here. Watch Wagner at the top of your screen. Right there in the back of the end zone, didn't see him. Maybe he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, at that point, I think he might have been. Got the first down, though. Ball to 12. Corwin over the middle. Ball loose. Owasso recovers.
How about that? You know, another time in the red zone where you see, you know, you're getting ready to try to punch it in. Kewan Hay, there he is again, coming up with the fumble. Take another look. Got the run. Watch the hit. Good job right there, putting the helmet on the football. Look at Hay rushing over to come away with the recovery.
Just a couple of gut punches there at the end of the second quarter. You're throwing into the end zone. Interception in the end zone, take it back for 100 yards. Momentum turner here. They recover the ball on the 1-yard line.
It just drains you mentally. You're right there. You're trying to get down. You take a look at Kewan Hay right there. Standing player for the Rams.
That's a big difference right there. 4 turnovers to 0.
His brother Stink is watching. His brother doing an outstanding job.
And then a penalty on the Jenks defense gets it out to the 6.
Encroachment against the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still a first down.
The Ram offense has been pretty unstoppable tonight. That's the last play of the third quarter. The Rams up 41-10. And that does it. Zeros on the clock. So we're going to the fourth quarter here in the fourth game of the week. It's been all Owasso Rams up by 31. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on YurView, Cox Cable Channel 1333.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
It's gonna work, I promise you. We can figure this out.
A little help?
Hold on, Mom. No, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question, it's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Time is running out for summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. That's 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 on top of what your trade-in is worth. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
Improving the lives of Oklahomans is the proud heritage of Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Today, whether you live on the farm, small town, or big city, Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance is here to protect you when life happens, when you need us most. Everyone claims to be local. Only Oklahoma Farm Bureau has locations in every county across our state. Contact an agent today. We're ready to help save you money and give you real peace of mind. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Tune in to Game Time Friday, August 25th at 7:30 p.m. for the Ford Game of the Week, Owasso versus Jenks.
True to your money.
Thanks for watching the Ford Game of the Week on Game Time. Wow, Rod. 41-10, Owasso over Jenks. Surprising score for just about anyone out there, even if you thought the Rams were going to win this one. Not up by 31 in the fourth quarter.
Well, I don't think you saw this. I think coming into the game, most who had seen preseason scrimmages, you know, had picked Owasso to come away with a win in this game, but definitely not 41-10. You know, I think I know a little bit about the teams, but I wouldn't have said that, Nate.
So Owasso obviously going to take their time, as much time off the clock as they can get. And hold on and have one of the bigger wins in Rams have had for the last several seasons.
Oh, what a way to start off the Blankenship era.
I think I can take the qualifier, not one of the biggest wins, the biggest win they've had in several seasons.
On the field.
Definitely.
Charge to Owasso.
Rams take a timeout.
Our home game sponsors, Aiken's Natural Foods. Stop by one of our 3 Tulsa locations, 121st Memorial, 51st.
Now it's been 12 years since Bill Blankenship and Allan Trimble have faced each other across a football field. Both coaches are looking forward to this matchup, they say, and the semi-reunion for them.
But even more exciting is Coach Blankenship is back in town. A dear friend, a guy that we went toe-to-toe, you know, for years. So the Rams will be ready. That is one thing, you know. There's a lot of excitement. Coach Blankenship has been there, you know, and done that. So he'll have his troops rallied and ready to go.
Well, it's been an amazing journey for both of us. We can go back a whole bunch of years to when we first started. Maybe, not maybe, without any question, 3 or 4 of the most exciting games I've ever been in my life were when he was on the other sideline.
Now, Trimble was real happy to take him on before this game kicked off. I don't know if he's so happy now, down 41-10. This has been a great rivalry, and they've each had their winning sides and winning games of it. And it's really fun and cool to see this rivalry renewed here on the high school level. When a lot of people, I mean, I wouldn't think anyone would have guessed they'd have got to face each other again with, you know, Coach Blankenship having moved on to college football so many years ago.
No doubt, being right back. And you say I was been fortunate enough to be against the matchup since about 1999, 2000, and you know, here they are hooking up again in 2017, and a couple of pounds ago for me.
just a couple, right?
Yeah, but outstanding, 2 definitely outstanding coaches that have done a tremendous job.
Let's take a look at what the Trojans have coming up for them. Tonight, of course, Owasso Rams. Then September 1st at Bixby should be a good one. The Trojans have dominated that series, but it was oh so close for the Spartans last season, and that was here at Jenks. And then the Backyard Bowl, Friday, September. That game is actually on a Thursday. Backyard Bowl over at the University of Tulsa at 7:30 kickoff. And on the 15th, Springdale Harbor. How do you think the Trojans are going to bounce back after this tough game tonight.
You know, it's going to be interesting when you have a young team that hasn't, kind of been in that fire. It's going to be interesting how I'm sure Coach Trimble will have them ready. And of course, that Bigsby team will be very good. That's always a very intense game. Of course, Lauren Montgomery spent so many years here at Jenks, so very familiar, runs a lot of the same stuff. So, you know, it's going to be interesting how they bounce back. You know, it's not like the schedule gets easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a tough schedule when you talk about this Owasso team. Bigsby, one of the top teams in 6A2. And, you know, you got to go with Union, who's number one and who's, you know, very, very talented. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this team responds. But I tell you what, you know, season just started, long season. I think this is still a team you don't want to face in the playoffs.
Definitely.
Because Coach Trimble has definitely shown that he
against the offense, 10-yard penalty. Still a first down.
always had those guys ready.
You know, great performance, obviously, by the Rams. Coach Blankenship, it's interesting. He won back-to-back state titles the 2 years before he left Union. Went and coached at TU. After his TU years, last year he went to Arkansas, won a state title in his first season there. So in the high school level, he's won 3 straight state titles in 2 different states. Trying to make it 4 in a row this season, right?
How about that?
Will Keeney in the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Finds Tyler for the catch. And a flag.
The Funk, you got the pride of Cleveland and Coach Trimble and the pride of Spyro and Coach Blankenship getting it done so many years.
After the play was over, we had a personal foul against the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
The ball moving down the field again on a personal foul. Another penalty for the Trojans. It's been kind of a slower second half here. Rod, it was 34-10 at the half. Only had 1 touchdown for the Rams in the first drive of the second half here in the second half, and it's slowed down. No more scoring in the third quarter. Now we're here in the fourth quarter. A lot of the energy has left the stadium, and especially on the Trojan side.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Nice run up the middle. Cabrera with an excellent game today.
Boy, he's been solid. So strong as a runner.
I hope he's down. Hopefully that's a cramp and nothing serious.
You always see a lot of that early in the season.
All Game Time high school football games streamed live each week at YurView.com. You can check back throughout the week for game highlights and additional coverage, including the new weekly high school football recruiting podcast, Over the Middle, with host Jeremy Crabtree. That's YurView.com. YurView.com. New name here. Same great high school football coverage that we've always had here on the Cox Channel 1333. Cabrera standing up now. Walking off under his own power, so that's getting a nice round of applause from the fans. What's great about YurView.com is, you know, you can watch the game live streaming, so you don't have to be by a TV or even in the state or even in this country. You can watch it live streaming, and the other good thing is that archive, so you can come back later and watch it again. 41-10 here in the fourth quarter. Rams with the ball at their own 39-yard line. Keeney still in there at quarterback for Owasso. Keeney back to pass, incomplete. Another late hit. Flags from all over the field. Some frustration showing by the Trojans. That was Caleb Peters with the penalty. Tough not to be a little frustrated. It's the first game of the high school football season. You're all revved up to play, and you get behind like this.
Yeah, you get down. You got to keep it together, though. Stay solid. Trying to get through it, but I bet you this team, they'll get the call here.
After the play was over, late hit, personal foul against the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That gets the ball into Trojan territory. See Allan Trimble on the sideline right there. 9 penalties for 110 yards for the Trojans, only 5 for 65 for the Rams. Rams trying to score again. Knocked out of bounds. This time it's Eddie Nava.
How about Cabrera?
Eddie Nava on that one. Cabrera getting a little breather.
Up.
Only one number away, though,
hey,
from 28 to 29.
With no let up. 10:01 on the clock. 37-yard run by Nava. Keeney gets it to Sisson. Look at that, another touchdown catch by Sisson, another touchdown pass by Keeney, who now has 5 in the game. How about that? Sisson, boy, limping and all. He's had a game himself. Take another look. Keeney under pressure right here. Nice fake. Finds that man.
47-10, extra point. Up and good, make it 48-10. Rams on top here in the fourth quarter at Jenks. 9:56 on the clock. They're going to be celebrating in Owasso tonight.
Yes, they are.
Don't forget about our home game sponsor, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Locally owned and operated, proud sponsor of Jenks Trojan football.
Let's take a look. The last time that Bill Blankenship and Allan Trimble faced each other in the field, 2005 Backyard Bowl. Keegan Beers TD catch put Union up with about 30 seconds left in the ball game. The Trojans answered back. Jake Strain, see under 30 seconds to go, rolling to his right, finds Isaac Norman. And he goes into the end zone. Jenks wins this one. That score with 18 seconds left. Jenks win this one, but the Union won the war that year, went on to win the state title. And look at that young Rotos.
Who is that young fella right there?
You do look a lot lighter there.
Hey, ball fade. It's tight. It's a meridian.
That was the whole point of us showing that video.
That's what it was.
See the young Rod.
Yes. That's the Mazio player of the game right there.
Yeah.
Right here.
You've been doing this a long time here.
Long time. Has some vintage footage there.
Now if we just throw up some TU hoops, maybe some bags.
Yeah, the Bags Demons, TU. We need to figure out what my Demons is doing tonight. That's
the key.
That's what's going
Coach
on right there.
A different Coach Blankenship there, Lee Blankenship.
Yes, it is. Blankenships everywhere.
Trojan have the ball. The 38-yard line, down 48-10.
That's great. That's a good quote. I'm sure that's on a t-shirt somewhere, yeah? Okay.
Run up the middle. Tyler Wallace with the carry on that one. I think we're going to see a lot of running by both of the offenses for the rest of this game. 48-10 the score right now. Ball at the 45-yard line. Close to a first down, but just a little bit short. Still very early in the season here, Rod, but you've got a chance to see a very impressive Owasso performance tonight. Rams didn't even make the playoffs last year, obviously much better this year. How much better? Are they vaulting themselves into the battle for a state title here in 6A1?
Well, I think you definitely put them in the conversation. I mean, when you look at the talent they have, you have a leader in Coach Blankenship who's been tested, who knows, what it takes, and we talked about the advantages that they have. But across the board, when you look at the talent level, I mean, if we looked on paper and somebody said, when you see Owasso get off the bus now, they look like a different Owasso. And you take a look at this schedule right here. Of course, Jenks taking care of business. They got Bartlesville. That Broken Arrow matchup is going to be very, very interesting. Broken Arrow, a much improved team. You see Mustangs circle that Union date right there, Union #1, and most feel like Union is the top of the class. Then North, Southmore, Norman, Northmore, and then Edmond North. But talking about this team, when they get off the bus, they look the part. And when you have the talent, kind of like what we talked about with Proctor, when you have the talent, I thought Coach Blankenship made a great point. I asked him, how is the
delay a game against the offense, 5-yard penalty.
I asked him, how has the transition been so far at Owasso? And he said, you know what? Coach Patterson did a tremendous job. The guys know how to work. They know the time. He said the infrastructure has been set. These guys have done a tremendous job. Now you add guys, and you have elite guys with that work, who are hungry, who hasn't tasted it yet. And I think that's what you see in this Owasso team.
48-10, Rams on top. We'll be right back here in the fourth quarter of the Ford Game of the Week on YurView. Coming up.
Because every great accomplishment takes courage. Because one person can't do it all. Because dreams are worth chasing. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with proven services that support all of your endeavors. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Shovel.
Mulch.
Brick pavers.
Fence post.
Concrete.
We're good.
And wood for my castle.
We got it.
And a slide and a drawbridge.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. It's our best offer of the year on F-150. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Now get the built Ford Tough F-150 with 0 for 72 plus $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
Mazios.
You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView. Owasso looking good tonight here in the season opener for these schools. 48-10 over the second-ranked Jenks Trojans with 7:48 to go in the ball game. Rod, we talked about Owasso, what this win means for them. After Jenks, obviously one of the favorites going into the season, have a bad performance at the first of the year. Is this a omen? Should they be worried about this, or you just throw it away and move on?
Well, you have to throw it away because, as we said, it doesn't get any easier. I think we both agree when you look at this Jenks team, missing a lot of key players from last season. So new players out there, takes a minute to make that adjustment. You ran into a very good Owasso team in the first game to really test and see where you are. And so, other guys are going to have to emerge. You think about tonight, the different names that we called that really stood out on this Owasso team, both sides of the ball. But you didn't have that on the drink side. You had a couple guys that really, that play when you talk about Wagner. But they'll develop and learn. And like I said, Coach Trimble has been there before, and he'll get these guys going. But you definitely got to, as a lot of coaches say, you got to have amnesia about tonight, and try to get back going as soon as you can, capitalize on some things and see what you have to work on.
And when you have coaches of the caliber of Trimble and Blankenship on the other sideline, you got to put your trust in them that they can make these adjustments, make these improvements as the season goes along.
Yeah. And they will. But the one thing you got to have, no matter who's on that sideline, you got to have some players.
If you're the Trojans, if you're Allan Trimble.
On the field, charge to Owasso.
Maybe you play up this little fact that, this is a non-district game. Doesn't have any effect on playoff seeding or anything like that. You're getting ready as a head coach for district play.
Yeah, and what they call the second season.
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely, you definitely want to look at that and say that's what we're building towards and take this and try to capitalize. But there's different ways that you try to spin it for your players. Ultimately, it has no effect on, them trying to chase a gold ball, a playoff. So definitely different ways that you come up with to try to improve and get better and move forward.
Lots of good games coming up next Thursday. Game Time High School football will continue with the Deer Creek Antlers heading to Moore to take on the South Moore Sabercats. Then on Friday night, the Midwest City Bombers will be in Tulsa to play the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Both games start at 7 o'clock next Thursday, next Friday night, right here on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. Fumble, the Rams' first turnover. Too little, too late for the Trojans, but maybe you get a little positive momentum going by the time this game ends.
And that's what you want to get. You want to execute. You take another look here. Kind of a busted play there. Again, good job defensively, putting that hand on the football.
And that knocked Will Keeney. Jared St. John giving Keeney a rest with such a big lead in the fourth quarter. St. John getting a little practice, getting some reps out on the field. So the Trojans get the ball at the 17-yard line. Corwin not in the ball game anymore. Got some whistles.
Game against the offense.
Still first down, ball now at the 22-yard line. First down and 15. No room right there for the new quarterback. Big time sack, big loss of yardage.
Yeah, and there's that man again, Kewan Hay. Again, has really stepped up and done a tremendous job defensively. Boy, he's really bulked up, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Take another look. Eludes one, and look at Hay. Comes in and makes the play. Hey, what do you say? Mr. Kewan Hay.
Penalty right there.
Going to be a holding.
Stephen Kittleman at a QB for the Trojans instead of Ian Corwin. Kittleman just a freshman.
Yes, he is. And Kittleman will be the quarterback of the future and probably get some reps this year.
During the play, holding against the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Only a freshman. Outstanding basketball player. Seen him a lot in the summer with PWP. It's amazing, we do these games and you see these kids and, you used to do all the Little League games and you see them with their respective teams in 3rd and 4th grade, and you look up and they're freshmen and they're sophomores and still competing at a high level.
That was 2nd and 38, by the way. Got to get down to the 7-yard line to get a first down. Picked up a couple yards. 3rd and 34 now.
Hey, in there again.
Ball at the 41-yard line. And another flag. Rod, is this the year someone besides Jenks or Union win the state title? You've got Owasso teams looking good here. Broken Arrow has some high hopes.
I think Union is still the cream of the crop right
Got a
now.
snap infraction against the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Be interesting to see the other side of state. You know, who emerges. Last year you had Norman North.
Make it to the finals.
Get to the finals. Boy, look at Hayes. Rush through there. Nice pass right there by Kettleman. Staying in there, taking the hit. The young fella.
Got his first completion as varsity.
How about that? Took a hit with it, but very heady at that quarterback position. But I think Union is the cream of the crop. When you talk about, again, you talk about players, you're taking a look. Look at Kettleman right here. Watch Hay coming here. Boom, takes the hit. Does a good job of standing in there in that pocket and making the play. But, you know, when you talk about talent, you talk about players, Union, of course, very, very good. Division I players on that team. And I still think that if anybody is, you know, this year, you know, emerging and taking Jenks' spot, you have to look at Owasso. But again,
False start against the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Tomorrow will tell a lot, 11 a.m. when you talk about Broken Arrow and Union facing off. So you kind of get a gauge of seeing, and teams are going to improve and going to get better. But like you say, talent is definitely key.
It's been Union or Jenks every year since 1995 when Midwest City won the biggest class in the state title. 48-10 Owasso on top of Jenks.
Out to the 31.
We talked about the Trojans going to Bixby to take on the Spartans. Class 6A2. Bixby again, one of the favorites. Huge offensive line. They lost a lot of talent, including their quarterback, Tanner Griffin. You've got Booker T in Class 6A2. Who's your pick in 6A2?
Well, I think, you know, Bixby is always right there. Booker T will be loaded. I mean, when you talk about the talent they have, Coach Brad Caleb in his second year, they come away with a huge win tonight over Santa Fe. So they're right there at the top also. So it's going to be interesting. You know,
got some family names there. Booker T. Got Ryland McQuarters. People know RW and associated with OSU as well. He played there. Dax Hill, his brother Justice Hill, playing well at OSU. And of course, McQuarters went on to a good NFL career, Super Bowl champion with the Giants.
Yeah, so a lot of talent that you'll have on that team also. So it'll be interesting. I mean, we'll get them against a good Midwest City team coming up. Jalen Redmond, outstanding player that's committed to OU for Midwest City. And of course, Coach Hall was a coach at Booker T, so a lot of storylines in that game that we'll get to. And I really like the matchups we have on tap, you know, that we'll be covering.
I'm just happy high school football's back.
Yeah,
right?
Me too.
It's a long way from
move your chains.
December, the beginning of December to the end of August.
It'll be hot chocolate time before you know it.
You never know. You know, it's been a pretty cool August. It's been nice.
It has.
Lots of rain. My grass is growing out of control. Mushrooms everywhere. Trojan defense. Some backup players in there playing hard. 48-10 Owasso on top here. A little more than 3 minutes left in the ball game here in the first Friday night under the lights of the 2017 high school football season. This is week 0. We talked about it a couple of times. About half the teams or so play on week 0. It's kind of a new thing the last couple of years. Gives them a chance to have a bye in the regular season, but a lot of other teams are kicking off their seasons next week on September 1st. Incomplete pass there. You like this week 0 thing? I mean, a new phenomenon here, kind of matching up with what Texas does a little more too.
I like it. I like it from the selfish standpoint of tomorrow we'll get to go watch another game and be able to see, and other guys get out and get scouted.
Extra week of football.
Yeah, extra week of football for us. So I definitely like it, and I do like the part that, you know, some teams, you know, we've been doing this long enough. You see come playoff times, teams maybe not as good because someone is hurt or injured, and allow some team to be able to, you know, kind of catch their wind and allow some guys to heal and get better. So from my standpoint, I really do enjoy getting out here and being able to, you know, to watch some football.
You talked about a couple of exciting players. Obviously, we have Josh Proctor here, Redmond at Midwest City. Union has a couple of guys going to OU and OSU. Who kind of you're looking forward to seeing this year?
Well, I think when you look at, one team you talk about Booker T. Washington, of course, Dax Hill, see him. I mean, everybody in the country offer him. DJ Jones, another outstanding player on that team. They are so loaded. Jalen Redmond, as we talked about, Midwest City, a guy who, played with Josh Proctor, in our basketball program. And you talk about him who just started playing football again, and he's an outstanding story and going to OU. So a lot of talented guys that are out there that when you look across the board, Nathan, Oklahoma has a lot of talent. I mean, a lot of guys is going to play college basketball, and a few is going to play at college football, and a few is going to play at a very, very high level. So it's very exciting, and we'll have a lot of those games, here on TV. So you got to love that.
Hey, don't forget, YurView is your home for live local high school sports, not just here in Oklahoma either. Next Thursday, Game Time features high school football from New Orleans. It's John Curtis versus Landry Walker from historic Berman Stadium. It's a heavyweight matchup between two top 15 teams. That's next Thursday. Game Time on YurView, channel 1330 for you. YurView is a national network here. We're in YurView, Oklahoma. That's YurView, Louisiana. So a lot of them kind of around the country. It's nice to be teamed up there and get to see some high school sports from other parts of the state. In Louisiana, they know a thing or two about football.
Yes, they do. They definitely do.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth game of the week on YurView. 48-10, Owasso on top. Can you hear screaming and celebrating from Owasso now? 96th Street, 86th Street.
You're exactly right. Be a good ride back home for the Owasso faithful.
Trojans with the ball. Just going to running this out here in the fourth quarter. The time ticks down on the clock. Bill Blankenship, just an amazing start to his return to high school football in the state of Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a good staff over there. I like watching Bobby Klink on the sideline there.
Oh, boy.
He played at the Trojans, but he is a defensive coordinator. He is excited on the sideline. He hops around, jumps around. It's always been that way. It's fun to watch.
A lot of energy.
Passion is there.
Definitely not lacking that.
There he is. Now he's calm because he's up 48-10. They only gave up one touchdown and a field goal against one of the best teams in the state. A lot of people, he's been around high school football here in Oklahoma for a long time in college. He played in the state at OU and TU. Played high school here. Used to be the East Central head coach. Was a Broken Arrow defensive coordinator, now over at Owasso.
Exactly right.
And he, played at Jenks, so he needs Union he's missing out on, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, a lot of good players, and as you said earlier, a lot of guys watching these games. Jesse Foster watching at home, and as you said earlier, Rylan McQuarters, another outstanding player. We talked about him earlier. So you watch him, and
that's going to do it here for the first Ford game of the week of 2017 here on YurView. Bill Blankenship, first game, coaching a high school football game here in Oklahoma since 2005, and he beats his longtime friend and rival, Allan Trimble, 48-10. Owasso with a huge win, a huge start to the season for the Rams. 48-10. Owasso knocks off Jenks in the first fourth game of the week of the 2017 season. You're watching YurView, Cox Cable Channel 1333.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Looks a little tight. Here, I'll park it.
Dad, relax.
Whoa. You kids have it way too easy these days.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Time is running out for summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. That's 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 on top of what your trade-in is worth. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
Improving the lives of Oklahomans is the proud heritage of Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Today, whether you live on the farm, small town, or big city, Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance is here to protect you when life happens, when you need us most. Everyone claims to be local. Only Oklahoma Farm Bureau has locations in every county across our state. Contact an agent today. We're ready to help save you money and give you real peace of mind. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
I'm the next chapter. Progress unfolding before your eyes. I'm hard work, integrity, the hours I put in, and the goals I cross off. Made from America's toughest stock. Your stock. Building on your victories. Relentless in reaching my own. I'm Oklahoma, and I'm just getting started. Watch it unfold at energyhq.com.
True to your money.
The Ford High School Game of the Week on YurView is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Mid-First Bank, true to your money. The Oklahoma Farm Bureau, the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better. And by Weoki Credit Union. Check out some of the best players in the country all fall long, only on YurView.
Our Mazios MVP now, we got to tell it to you. No surprise here, Rod. Josh Proctor is our Mazios MVP. Great game by the Ohio State commit. The Buckeyes are getting a good one. 100-yard interception return for a touchdown at the end of the second quarter when Jenks was trying to get a little momentum back going into the locker room. He definitely switched that around and gave all the momentum to the Rams. And take a look at this play. Great catch in the first place, Rod. Bounces it to himself with one hand, catches it with the other.
How about that? Just comes up.
And then once he gets past this initial tackler right there, yeah, it's over.
Turn on the wheels. You got nothing but Rams right behind him. Josh Proctor getting it done. As you see, a big-time recruit. Buckeyes, you take another look at it. Key drive for Jenks, trying to get some points on the board. The cutback. Off to the races, you won't catch him. Although it probably is some in his family that's faster than him. Comes from a very fast family.
Hey, the Mazios MVP is brought to you by Mazios, of course. Text MVP to 664444 and get a coupon worth $5 off a one-topping pizza. That's text MVP to 664444. And look at the Rams, faithful. You got the players, the fans, and they're celebrating. Josh Proctor joins us now. Josh, what was it like to get that interception and return it at 100 yards?
It was exciting. You know, I got beat on a couple plays before. The coach said, just let it go and keep playing your game. And, you know, I let it go. Don't think about it. Just make plays.
You know, Josh, big game, you know, for you and your teammates, the anticipation of you guys coming in. You know, talk about this win and making this a statement game and how you guys prepared and coming in and getting a big win over Jenks.
It was a big deal for us. You know, the last 2 years we struggled a lot, and nobody expected us to be how we were. So we worked hard this summer. We worked hard, and I'm just proud of my team.
Now, Josh, I know you guys were a confident crew coming into this game, but you look at that scoreboard, and it says 48-10. Did you ever think it would be like that?
Not at all. Not at all. We came out here with an edge. We had a chip on our shoulder. We was an underdog. So.
All right, congratulations, Josh. For the Mazios MVP right there, Josh Proctor, Ohio State, getting a good one right there. Thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thank you.
Great job, Josh.
Man, any team would like to have him on the squad. A two-way player who can do plays like that on defense and obviously electric with the ball in his hands on offense as well. Big win for the Owasso Rams, 48-10 here in the Ford Game of the Week. We're coming back here on YurView right after this.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. Mid-First Bank will always be true to your money. with convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
I'll jump out and guide you back.
Easy, son. This is gonna blow your mind.
Whoa, awesome. That is really cool.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. It's our best offer of the year on F-150. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Now get the built Ford Tough F-150 with 0 for 72 plus $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
Thanks for watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView. 48-10, Owasso knocks off Jenks in the season opener for both of these teams. Let's take a look at the final stats here. And Rod, there's one big one that kind of stands out here, and that's the turnovers and the points off turnovers.
Well, it made a huge difference, 21 points off turnovers. And when you look at this game, Nathan, not only was it the turnovers, it was the time that the turnovers took place I thought was crucial, you know, with the Proctor interception especially, when Jenks was trying to make a run and get back in this game. So definitely made a huge difference when you talk about this matchup. And you look at the yards, you know, rushing yards, you know, everything else kind of even, but the turnovers was key. And we talked about this coming in the game, how important it was going to be to take care of the football. Owasso, you know, took advantage of those opportunities, and that was huge.
And you talk about the timing of these turnovers. That one turnover for Owasso happened when the backups were in. The game was out of hand. So a really great performance, especially by the quarterback, Will Keeney, for Owasso. Things looking good for the Rams after one game in the season, 48-10 over Jenks. We'll wrap it up when we return to the Ford Game of the Week here on YurView.
Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
It's gonna work, I promise you. We can figure this out.
A little help?
Hold on, Mom. No, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question, it's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Time is running out for summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. That's 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 on top of what your trade-in is worth. Hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event and this deal ends September 5th.
Improving the lives of Oklahomans is the proud heritage of Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Today, whether you live on the farm, small town, or big city, Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance is here to protect you when life happens, when you need us most. Everyone claims to be local. Only Oklahoma Farm Bureau has locations in every county across our state. Contact an agent today. We're ready to help save you money and give you real peace of mind. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Right to the good stuff.
Game time is in the books. Big win for the Owasso Rams, 48-10 over the second-ranked Jenks Trojans. What a way to start off the season for Owasso and Bill Blankenship's first game as the head coach of the Rams. Final thoughts here, Rod. What stood out to you?
Well, I think a couple things. Owasso was very impressive. I think Jenks, they're trying to answer some questions to their team. Be interesting to see, you know, when these two teams get back on the field. I think Owasso has definitely made a statement, you know, with them and the way they performed. They're one of the top teams, probably going to move up, definitely move up in the rankings. Very talented team. Be interested to see how they can keep it together. And then Jenks, you know, where do you go from here? You know, you kind of build, no one expected, you know, this kind of outcome in this game, and for them it doesn't get easier. So, you know, two teams playing on two different levels right now. It's so early, and we've done this enough, you know, Nathan, to know in week 6, you know, we could be talking about Jenks in the run their own and saying, hey, you remember that first game when they got beat 48-10. So, you know, we've been around this a while. Those coaches have. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams respond in both ways after this matchup here tonight.
Hey, some big games coming up next week. Thursday night next week, Game Time High School football will continue with the Deer Creek Antlers heading to Moore to take on the Southmore SaberCats. Then on Friday night, Midwest City Bombers in Tulsa to take on Booker T. Washington. Both games start at 7 o'clock on Thursday, and then on Friday night here on YurView, Cox Channel 1333. Hey, and the high school football season is here. We're so happy we got to start it off tonight. Thanks for watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView, Cox Cable Channel 1333. We'll see you again next week. Have a good weekend.